the trigo stuff, lah, right? Because last week we didn't discuss enough. Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. I figured out how to do it.
Okay, good, good. So last week we talked about the sketching part, lah, right?
Mhm.
Now it's solving, really, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we are keeping at pace, so I guess that's still good.
Mhm.
Is there any other concerns?
Um, we're done with every single chapter. We're done with like all chapters for C math already. So I think it's time. I think I need to start revising that. Yeah.
Because it's like in 3 weeks, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it
All
was in
right.
five, this week is week 4, so it's
Mhm.
in 4 weeks. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Is it possible? Could I do like questions and send them to you tomorrow, if possible?
You mean after the tuition?
Mm. Yeah, like I just do a bunch of questions and send.
Right, right. No promise in answering on time
Yeah,
right
that's
now
fine.
because I'm still looking for the baby. But you should be doing the questions whether I'm helping you or not, if that makes sense, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
way, I know the weak point. So if you send me oh, I realize you have problem with this. I understand your weak point immediately. I can address it. I mean, directly
Mhm.
or intuition. Now that's something good because
Okay.
I have almost no idea how your CMAT is right now, right?
Yeah.
Mm. And this is the first time I'm with you in an exam. I want to learn a lot from this, how you deal with exam before end of year. Lah. This is our last
Yeah.
chance. Yeah. So if you're going to practice, doesn't matter what subject actually, you just send it to me, even though I may or may not answer.
Mm.
All right, yeah. Paper is fine. Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
probably be studying on paper. Okay, so the iPad, is it necessary for you to review? Because as far as I can tell, you are actually quite dependent on your iPad for studies.
It's fine. My iPad's gonna be done by like it's just this like all the like stuff in the cloud just needs to load in. Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be done in like a moment. So
The pencil is fine.
oh yeah, that's
Okay.
fixed already.
All right. Okay, understand. Do you have questions for today then?
No.
No. Sorry. The Trigo one? The Trigo first? Because if not, I'll
No.
get into exam questions already.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then we go to Google Drive. Okay, I'll show you a few things. I just want to make sure that certain things have you learned or have not, right?
Okay.
So you go to Google Drive, you share your screen, you enter the
Oh,
paper and we'll talk about it.
okay,
Okay.
wait, let me just do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Teacher Phillips, is my sister's math okay?
Uh, do you want a short answer or long answer?
Short answer.
Um, she's probably stressing herself because her standard for herself is very high.
Okay.
So that's part of the problem, right? Can she meet the high standards that she seems to be setting on herself? That's what I can see.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but if she were to calm down, that's the biggest problem. As for
Okay.
talent and understanding, she is quite good. You
Okay.
want to ask something?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because my mom's just worried. And like my sister's always been like a very conscientious student. Yeah.
Very what? Sorry.
She's been more like over the years, she's always been very like conscientious.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Like she's definitely been more conscientious than me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Right,
Oh
right.
yeah, wait, I need to share my screen. I forgot.
If you are close to her, right? Some
Oh,
siblings are closer, but and
yeah.
any comments that you think is helpful, you have my listening ear. That's
Okay.
how we do things in here, right? I try to understand. Right? Okay. Nicholas, I can see you. Yeah, I can see you. Mm, yeah. I believe that you're always studying. That's the good part of you, Nicholas. Just wondering. Right. For today, Nicholas, unless you have something urgent to talk about, we'll just jump to the questions immediately, lah, right? Because you have your revision package, right? Okay. Now, for you, Ariel, choose one paper. We'll look at it together, right? Just to confirm, the trigo that you have studied up to now is going to be an exam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right, okay.
Wait, what?
You might want, yeah, you can download it, but you may want to close some tab, I guess. It's
Oh yeah.
right. No need to scan. No need, oh, it's very big.
Wait. Let me just
Very
close
big.
my tabs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nick, yes.
So the thing I was doing just now was to make it so that I finished everything that we so that we didn't have anything to talk about unless other than exam stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Correct, correct, correct. So
so I finished the homework. So now all we have to do think about is just exams.
correct, correct. Which is yesterday one about partial fraction, which is a good idea. It's a good idea, right? Unless there's anything urgent, I do want to follow you with your partial fraction, right? Yeah. Your work ethics are always good one because it's okay. Okay, you can just open that. Right.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So just one doesn't matter.
Okay. Let me just. Okay. Yeah. Here.
Okay. So it's a prelim question. There'll be quite a lot. So sorry. Look at the formula list first. The formula list. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, thank God we get all that.
So you're saying that your teacher does not give you formula list. Now, is that going to be true or not? He give or will she not give?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. Now look at the trigonometry part.
Mm-hmm.
The identities. So when you say you're solving, then likely you are already entering identities. Is that correct?
Yeah.
The first three is one package. They
Yeah.
always come in packages.
Like today we had like
Mhm.
we did just like today we did this. Like our teacher made us like go to the board and write stuff.
The first three, the first package of three. Correct?
Yeah.
How about the second package of three, the A plus minus B?
Which one? Which one?
Yeah, the sine A plus minus B, cosine A plus minus B, tangent A plus minus B. That's the second package of three.
I think we only did this so far.
Okay.
Like the first.
Please predict whether you will continue.
Yeah, we're definitely going to because this is the last topic.
All right. Okay. All right. Do you have any worksheet from your teacher? Just checking.
Yeah. But I showed it to it. I showed it last time.
No. So I'm going to make the assumption that you will be given these identities in exam first, right? Such that I will teach you how to use them instead of memorize. When using them, you will memorize them anyway, right? So at least that's supposed to be. So now let's look at the paper itself, right? So stop. You're missing a lot of trigonometry. We'll go to the first page. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. This
Teacher.
one.
It's this one.
Yes, Nicholas.
So I need to relearn partial fraction.
You have no idea how to do it.
Yeah.
We give you the first step, Lee. You still have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gwen, ignore the question 5. Now question 7. Right? So I'm gonna copy and paste question 7 first. Okay. Now for you, Nicholas, yeah. Remember the logic of partial fraction. The logic of partial fraction is a very weird one. Extremely weird one. Let me confirm that you have that logic first, right? This is a primary school fraction, which you best confirm how you do it. So, Ariel, have you put in question 7? Okay.
Wait.
So, Nicholas, you can look at the Jamboard and you can just maybe do something on the Jamboard. Yeah. I want the same thing. Yeah, please confirm what you will do if this is a primary question, so to speak.
I don't know calculator, so I'll just make the same.
Correct. Please do that. Let me just confirm how you do it. All right. Okay. So I'll lay down the technicalities now. So you should be writing this and all that stuff. And of course, you're correct. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah. Nicholas, partial fraction is a process of reversing, which does not make sense at all. Because what we want is to combine, right? What we want is to combine Ariel, you have the Jamboard on the first tab. So never mind, you can close it later.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Wait.
So Nicholas, the process of partial fraction is the reverse process of this, which of course we never did before. We do not want to do that. We do not want to reverse the process. Can yeah, so far so good. But that is what partial fraction do. And the reason is because technically partial fraction gives you from one complex into more but simple ones. And the simple ones will be useful in secondary 4. You do not see them yet. So partial fraction can be pointless right now. It's just that it gives you a lot of marks. Ariel, you can go down here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the process. Any questions so far, Nicholas?
No.
Right. So now the splitting part I've already done for you. So you think about this carefully. Yeah? I don't want you to say you cannot. You certainly can. The process of partial fraction is the process of reversing the combination. What will you do if you were to combine all these three
How
fractions
do you
into?
get the X in the middle, by the way?
You don't ask that question first. You don't ask that. That's way beyond. I just want to see you do it first. I want to see you combine these three into one, something that you normally can do, right? What happened to your screen sharing, Ariel? Sorry.
Wait. I'll share again. My computer, I just needed to close like a lot of tabs.
All
So
right.
my
Sure.
computer was like lagging. Yeah.
Mhm. So Nicholas, again, please do the combining the three fraction into one. Something that we, I guess, normally do lah.
Okay, combine to one. So I'm guessing I should just
Precisely the technique that you did lah just now in the okay, and that yeah, what you're doing makes a lot of sense. And the last one, okay. Now for technicalities, you're supposed to write it down on top and bottom lah for technicalities, okay, for presentation. Now, please don't continue in Jamboard already. I know that you can do it. Please do it on paper or something. You'll need a lot of space, by the way.
do I need to continue writing ABC?
Yes, you do. The setup that I set for you, the one that you're not very sure, you gotta write down first and then you proceed lah. Paper, please. You need a lot of space lah. This is not gonna be enough. This mini space is not gonna be enough at all.
No.
Yep. Okay, good, Ariel. Good. Now I'll go back to the paper. Right.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm solving the question now already.
I should put the identities here. Yeah. Okay, Ariel, good. Nicholas, the setup first, yeah? The setup first. Yeah.
I still need to know how the bottom part works, by the way.
First part later. Later, please. What you're writing was a bit wrong. Nice, very good. Ariel, are you gonna share the screen with me? I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, wait. I'm doing it on paper because you said do it on paper.
No, don't do first. Collect the question first. No, don't do first.
What do you mean?
Because I want to confirm a few things. I want to confirm whether certain other
Okay.
things you're recovering. Okay.
Yeah, here.
So go to the paper again. The previous
Oh,
tab.
here.
The previous tab. Yeah, the previous tab. Okay. Again, go down. Go down. Okay. Ignore this one. Ignore this one. Ignore this one. Ignore this one. This one. This one. This one. Look at this graph for a while. This is obviously a trigo graph question, correct?
Yeah.
The trigo graph question can be, I don't give you anything, you sketch, or I give you a sketch and you figure it out. Now, this one is the I give you a sketch, you figure it out lah.
Yeah.
So it's likely. Can I see the part B for a while just to confirm? No, part B not in. So just part A. Part A should be quite easy. So copy that, and then we'll go to paper 2 before you start.
Okay.
But the proving question is very difficult. I actually didn't expect you to do it first lah. Nicholas, are
Okay.
you stuck? Sorry, Nicholas.
I'm wondering, should I just convert it all?
Anything.
We want one fraction. The important thing is one fraction lah, right?
And I did make one fraction.
How come I cannot see? Sorry, yeah. Is it me? So let me check for yes, it is one fraction. Now think carefully, yeah. Think carefully, yeah. You have a few methods at this point. Now, this is what I want to teach you first. You don't split them first, okay? Splitting them is a valid method, but there is another method. I want to remind you of that other method first, the one that does not split, okay? Because this is our last tuition before exam, I have to give you the best method first. If you like it, then not so bad lah.
Okay.
So since the bottom one is now the same, we can ignore the bottom one, understand? We
Yeah.
only have to worry about the top one, x plus 2 squared. So now our effort is to make this equal to that and find A, B, and C in the whole process. The second method is you kind of, so to speak, randomly assign x. It's actually not random, it's very strategic. So I assign x equals to 0. This is my choice because it's very strategic. Do you remember anything about this method? Let x equals to 0 strategically. Okay.
To make it so it's easier to find the numbers.
Yeah, because A and B is gone. That's why it's strategic. A and B is gone. C exists, and I can find C very easily. Okay, and then I have another strategic x in a form of 2, where I can find A immediately. Then finding B will be easy. I want you
By
to
the
try
way,
this first.
why need to find them, by the way?
Yes, Nicholas, sorry.
I don't. What?
Look, I know you're rusty, but you also don't have much time. Could you please try first? Could you please try
No,
first?
no, no.
I was doing work also what? Before this.
No. What? Teacher, how about the next part doing?
Before this.
You sure?
Keep that first, Nicholas. Keep the splitting part first. Is the longer part. Is the longer way.
Don't split.
Yes. Ariel, I still cannot see the other paper 2.
What do you
So
mean?
what's the logic with sending
Like
x
this?
equals
I want you
0?
to go to, no, I want you to go to the paper 2. There's a paper 2.
By the way, why do you need to find A and C? Got it.
You
Which
have to
paper?
find A, B, and C, Nicholas.
What
Okay.
did?
Go
Why?
to paper 2. What do you mean by why? If you don't remember partial fraction, just do first.
Wait.
That's the
When you
worst part
say-
that you can ask right now.
The sum of 3 partial fractions.
Ariel, go down a bit more. Give me some time with Ariel first. There's no paper 2 just now.
Yeah, wait.
No, you skip already. You skip the paper already. You go back to the paper. You
Like the
end up
first
at
one?
page 390. Was it the first paper that you chose just now?
Yeah.
Okay, then go back and go back to paper 2. Just slow down a bit. Yeah, just click
Okay.
1. Yeah, slow down. Yeah,
Okay, I'm waiting for it to
very
load.
slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, wait, teacher.
Why you should close the tab. Yes, Nicholas.
Should I need to write the bottom fraction right now, right?
No, no need. It's a waste of time. Really, in exam, no need to write down the bottom. The bottom one is done already. No need to write down. Okay, go down further, Ariel, to paper 2. Go down, go down, go down,
Maybe we can
go down,
calculate
go down, go down. Where's the paper 2? Yeah, that's the answer key, right, of paper 1 just now.
Yeah, I went on to like the next
Stop,
scroll.
stop.
Wait here.
Okay, go down, go down, go down.
Yeah, here.
You cannot do that. No, you cannot do that right now. You cannot do that also. No, go down, go down, go down.
If you
Go
try
down,
got
down,
minus 2C, what now?
Go find A and find C, please. Go down, go down, go down, down, down. And that's it.
I thought I got minus 2C.
Okay,
Why
I
are you
think
there?
four of this.
Yeah, no, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Huh?
Not yet, not yet. This is not for you yet. This is not the
Oh.
triple that you have done yet. Okay, go down again.
It's the end of the paper.
Yeah, go down, quickly, quickly, go down, go down. Down, 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 down. You know what? Never mind, never mind. I noticed that it's very slow, right?
Okay.
Stop the paper, try to do first. However, be warned, the first one is very difficult. So just try
Okay.
for 1 or 2 minutes and then
Is it to do wait, is it to do with identities?
every solved question, you see that
Okay.
part 2, there's a solved question, right? The solved one may need identities. The proof one will definitely need identities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's just a confirm already, right? But
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So please stop the screen sharing and I will help Nicholas now.
Okay.
Okay, Nicholas, you are extremely rusty, yeah? Extremely rusty, yeah? Now, the partial fraction changes one fraction here into 3 fractions. Don't know why, but that's what happened for now. Okay. What you did just now was to convert 3 into 1, the reverse. Should feel quite normal. I reverse the direction, but you forget to compare this one with the one on the left. So one more time, this one is currently the one on the left also. You have this guy. Make
I was
sense?
trying to do like this.
The 0 also must be there, right? The 0 also must be there. And as a result, you'll be able to find a C. That's why
So
you
you mean
can.
like this, right, teacher?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just 0 plus 2 quickly. Yeah, okay. Then you have, on the left-hand side, you have
Yeah.
4, and then immediately finish the C on the right. So now you're done. Oi, put the C on the right. Put the C on the right. Stop putting the C to the left. Like this also make mistake.
Wait.
Like this also make mistake.
Oh my God.
Put the C on the right. Stop moving it. Now do the same thing. The left-hand side is missing.
Yeah.
Is that correct or not?
I think so.
Now, you make some other mistake though. Some other mistake. Please check this out for a while. Oh, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. No, you didn't. No, that's fine. You're correct. Good. Now you found C and A. From 3 unknowns, you have 1 unknown. You still don't know why you're doing this, but you're progressing and you're past C, which is the point of the method lah. You just have to find B. Now, back to the let method. The let method works until the end. However, there is no more strategic X left. There is no more X that makes your life easy. So any X is fine. Any X is actually fine from the start. You just want to start with the easiest one possible. If there is no other helpful X, you just set a simple X, for example, 1. For all you know, you can let X equals to 0.1 or 1,000 if you want to. It's just that it's not very helpful, right? Now, X equals to 1 will allow you to find B because A and C you already have. Don't forget to put in A and C. You go find the B first. This is simple math from now on. Ariel, so I cannot follow you, right? So can I confirm that this is still a bit confusing?
Yeah, I don't know how to do this. I know
Right.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, so the proving question, let me say this carefully. There will always be a proving question. Fair enough. And most of the time, it will follow to the solving question with the word hence. The proving question is, I think, the second hardest type of question in O level or year 4 for your case, right? It's the second hurdle because it's very unreliable. I myself, when I take the O level, I take this at the second last. There's another one which is even more troublesome than this one. So proving question is not the most important question to master. The solve is usually higher mark and easier to do. So I'm going to teach you the solve first, and then I'm going to teach you the proof one. Understand? Now, the word hence, whether they have it or not, you must endeavor to use the first part in the second part. You must.
Yeah, I know.
I am currently endeavoring to use the first part in the second part right now. That's the first thing I want to do. Do you have any idea how to do that?
Wait, what do you mean use the first part and the second part?
Okay, so look at this. Given that this, prove that this is correct, right? Okay, so it's a very weird and seemingly disconnected thing from the second one. However, clearly there is a connection. For example, I am endeavoring to, I'm endeavoring to connect first, right? I'm endeavoring to connect because the connection doesn't seem obvious.
Yeah.
So why am I doing this? You will see that I'm endeavoring to make something similar to the first one. And then
Yeah.
I just have to rewrite 2 theta minus 30, blah, 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 right? There's a lot of writing in A math
Yeah.
and
Wait. But because how much? But I'm not. Wait. But I'm not allowed to use the second part and the first part.
look, I'm not doing the first part, Ariel. Listen to me. I'm not doing the first part. The
Okay.
first part is the most troublesome part. If you start with that, your morale drops.
Okay.
So you don't start with the first part, no matter what exam it is. You always start with the second part. First thing first, there's a lot more marks. Secondly, it's slightly easier. Okay?
Bracket 1, right?
This is A, this is B. I've endeavored to make this into first part. Now, obviously, I can use the first part in the second part, right? Not the other way around. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Once I have established that indeed there is a first part in the second part, I can now use this. When I use that, the promise has to be very clear to yourself, Ariel. There's a promise if you use it. If you use it, your life will be so much easier if you use it. If you don't use it, it will be practically impossible. I know that this thing is impossible to solve because there is another set of identities that they took away. You need that set of identities. Okay, so I know that you gotta use the blue part lah. Okay, so because I have proven this as part one, I can immediately transition to up. Okay, then I can write magically as if tangent to theta, which is the A, right, plus 5 tangent. Now, Nicholas, are you sure that you still don't remember what to do?
I know what to do now. I just
Okay,
submit
you know,
the ABC here, right?
for presentation purposes, and you basically done. You're done. So Ariel, I have transformed this guy into this guy. That is my way of using the first part in hopes that everything become much easier. So far, so good?
Yeah.
That's at least my hope lah. My hope. Will this be correct or not? I don't know. But now I endeavor to continue. Do you have any idea how to continue from this situation?
Not really.
Okay, then let me point out to you that tangent 30 degree is not a tangent. It is a special angle, meaning it is now a number. Do you realize that this is now simply a number that you have to write down?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. And Nicholas, this is the whole process of a medium level exam partial fraction. This is how it looks like. Okay,
Okay.
you might not know why, but this is the whole story first. Do you understand?
Okay, I understand it all now. But the one part I understand is how do I know how to put
correct,
this?
Correct. You're absolutely correct. Now, Ariel, can you continue from there? Give it a try. This was the easier. Okay, Nicholas, now that question I can answer. You are right to say that if the first step is wrong, everything is wrong. Now, don't fool yourself, Nicholas. 6 marks is at stake, right? 6, 4, 5 marks. The first step wrong, everything gone already.
Yeah.
It is how important that is, but it is also very easy. The only confusing part for you is over x, right? At least you know that. Correct or not?
Yeah.
The over x minus 2 and over x squared is clear. Good for you. Now, for the over x1, the simplest answer I can give you is this. Hey, that's the weird guy because of the square. The square will always demand you that if you don't write down the over x, it is surprisingly going to be wrong. It's very weird one. Because it is weird, remember it that way. Or better yet, do you realize that sometimes they even tell you in the formula booklet lah. They even tell you that. Right? So you have two ways to deal with this. Okay, it's not very understandable. So make use of it as an advantage. It's very weird.
Wait, I need to have an x there for no reason. Just have one of them
Because
has
of
to
the
be
x
have an x.
Because if you see x squared, you gotta give the x. Let me
Right.
let
So
me
like
make it
the b over x, the x has to be there no matter what. Like even if
because
it
of
could
the
be
x
anything.
squared. Because of the x squared. The x squared demands an over x. Okay.
Demands over x.
So I'm gonna make it very clear to you, very, very clear to you. In the next page, please.
Okay.
Let's say you have I don't know, the fraction whatever over x minus 2 squared, let's say, yeah, and then x cubed, let's say. Okay, fancy, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What do? Now, obviously, you will have x minus 2 squared, right? That's the obvious one, right? Obvious one. And you will also have over x cubed. Also, that's obvious. Make sense so far?
Yeah.
But the x cubed demands x squared and x. Do you understand? It demands it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you put a, b, and c here. You have to remember that. Now, the x minus 2 square, surprisingly, also demands x minus 2. Also.
What?
Because of the square. Like I told you, the square breeds. The square breeds.
So
No
wait.
explanation given, but it must be that.
So it could be x. Just imagine if it's an x4, it should be
Okay.
x4
Obviously.
plus x3
3, x2,
plus
x1.
x2.
Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
so it just makes it go smaller and smaller.
Yeah, but throughout, all stages must be done. And
So-
with this bracket square, also same thing.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be x bracket squares, x minus 2 square, x minus 2.
Yeah, precisely. It breeds lah. It breeds. Okay.
That is right.
Something like that. The top one also need to remember, but that's the easier one.
So it just goes smaller. Simply just that.
Yeah.
It just goes smaller.
Yeah. And if
Move
you
on
don't
that.
do this, it will be wrong. Let me guarantee you, it will be wrong.
And it's not even limited to ABC, right? It could be just AB or like ABCDEF, anything.
Yeah. The letters above is for your convenience, so to speak lah. Just use whatever. Okay.
So it's not limited. Okay.
No. So now you go and do the second partial fraction using this new method. Okay.
The second partial fraction is like
You do it. Fraction 3, I believe. So Ariel, I cannot follow. Are you stuck currently?
Wait, I'm
let
not
me
exactly sure
put
what I'm
this thing
supposed to
again.
find.
The different.
You're supposed to find theta. So remember, solving means finding the unknown, right? If you look at it, there is only one unknown, which is the theta lah, if that makes some sense.
Oh, okay, wait, never mind, I'm blind. I saw something wrong. Oops. It's fine. Okay.
Go ahead first.
Wait, no, I know how to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, question 3 is quite good. It's both polynomial and partial fractions. I'm doing both two at the same time.
But do the last one first lah. I want you to focus on the partial fraction first, please. The last one can be done immediately.
Okay, so the last one.
Yeah, the part 3. And of course, you will benefit from part 2, which is fine lah. You're doing part 2 and part 3 immediately, which is fine, which is good. Not bad. Okay. You gotta do
wait,
part
teacher.
1.
The difference between this one and the other one is that the other one was times. This is just one whole sum.
Which therefore it is not partial fractionable. It is not partial fractionable. That's why part 2 exists. Look at part 2. Part 2 is hinting you that actually part 3 needs it. Do you
I need to
understand?
do part 2.
Yes, you have to do part 2. That's the lesson here. You cannot.
I need to factorize. Okay.
You have to. That's the lesson here.
I can just use a calculator, can't I?
For now, can. For now, can. We just want to get as fast as possible, right?
For now, that means in exam I cannot. Can I do exam?
Because in exam, you can only use calculator to help you. You have to present, ma. You have to present with long division.
Okay, let me present. Oh wait, long division. Oh,
Yeah, like I said, just fast forward using your calculator first, please, so that we can practice the partial.
factorize
Later you
completely.
learn the long division again. Okay, come.
How about I do the partial fraction? Then if I'm
Yeah.
correct, I do long division.
That's just what I said. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, that's what I asked you to do. Correct. Okay, let's focus on that first. Again, Ariel,
I think you can do it. I think you can do it.
this is taking too long already. Really, it's
Yeah, I
taking too
know.
long already. Right.
Never mind. Just explain it.
Okay. I really wish you have the iPad and everything on, yeah, right? Now, since this is a number, please note that this equation is now a simple thing. There is only one unknown, right?
Yeah.
This is a number, no matter how ugly, it's just a number.
Yeah.
A number lah, keep it a number, right? So now I will just handle it like this, look. Tangent to theta equals to minus 5√3/3, right?
Wait, what exactly does tangent to theta mean? I don't really understand it.
Let me confirm that you have never seen tangent to theta yet. Never.
I have. I don't really understand what it is.
Okay. Now, if I change it to tangent to x, will it make a difference for you?
No. Oh, okay. Never mind. I get it now.
Okay. Then I will proceed as if it is tangent to x because there's no difference at all. There's really no
Okay.
difference. Hey, factorize properly, Nicholas. Your calculator is giving you an idea. That is not the result of the factorization.
I know it's wrong, but I'm like,
Can you use your calculator to help you with factorization?
I mean,
Do the factorization properly first. Tangent inverse minus 5
I
root
don't know
3
what I'm supposed to
over
do
3.
here.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
okay,
okay. Can.
right? And then I will find the x later. Now, there is a big problem at this point. This point, it should be understandable. There is a big problem after the tangent inverse. So I want you to give me a number on the tangent inverse, and then I'm going to ask you to review
Okay.
something together with me. This is where everybody stumbles. Nicholas, the minus half means is 2x plus 1. Come on, man.
2x plus.
Oi, come on, man. Ice.
Wait. What?
This is
Why
like
2x?
this
Is
like
x equal?
this is just not the right time to forget everything that you know, okay? X plus half equals to 0. 2x
No.
plus
Wait.
1 equals to 0.
It
There.
says x equal. Wait.
Nice.
Is it supposed to be like that? Something like that. Why?
Yeah. Write down in equals to 0. Yes, and that is your first factor.
I'm supposed to make it the equals 0 version. Oh, no wonder. Then this has to be x minus 1.
Give me a number.
Yeah. Let me write.
Give me a number quickly. Don't take too long.
So I have to times x minus 1 for both. Like x minus 1 here, 2x plus 1 here.
There's one more factor. What's going on? How come there's only 2 factor? What I'm talking about?
There's only 2 here.
If there is only 2, you should be very suspicious because that's cube.
2x3 minus 3x squared plus 0x.
What does this mean? You work it out. The question is difficult because of this. Ariel, next question, yeah?
It's supposed to be
Next page.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, this is 2x equals to minus 39.
Yeah, and x equal. Huh? What? No.
Did you already divide by 2?
Yeah, I already divide by 2.
I'm sorry. Give me the exact answer of tangent inverse instead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
One of them is a quadratic, Nicholas. If there's a mystery to one of them is a twin, a double factor. Am I making any sense right now? They won't tell you which one. They won't tell you. The calculator will not tell you. This is where your knowledge comes in. One of them is the quadratic, and you gotta figure out which one. Okay, one of them is a twin. Okay, now
Oh,
Ariel.
so it's like it could be like one of them
Mhm.
is like it's a square. So it's gonna be like 2x plus 1 bracket x minus 1
Either
square.
one though. Either one, you have to
Could be
figure
one.
out which one.
Yeah.
Now, Ariel,
Yeah.
look at the criteria. The criteria is he only wants answers from 0 degree to 360 degree. And currently the calculator gives you a minus degree. The calculator is not wrong. It is up to us to figure out what's going on. This is where the math knowledge shines.
Oh,
Or
isn't it like, wait, what's this again? Tangent.
no, this is
Isn't it
where
because
I
of the like
see what you do.
ASTC thing?
And how long have your teacher teach you this ASTC thingy?
I don't know. Like,
What do you mean by you don't know? 1 week, 1 day, 3 weeks?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you understand ASTC?
Sort of, yeah.
Can you do it here?
Okay.
Wait, teacher, how do I check it? By the way, can you tell me something?
Nicholas, if the 2x is the twin, right? You're right to say that there are two possibilities. Lah. If the 2x is the twin, it'll give you 4x squared. Correct or not?
Oh yeah. Huh?
So it's wrong.
Wait, no. First off, right? When it's like something like this, right? Do you do rainbow with only one for both? Like this, right? Or is it
Oh no,
like
please,
this?
please. Just rainbow one by one, please. Just one.
No. I'm just asking
Yeah,
first.
one step at a time. One step at a time.
No.
Rainbow
Or is it
two.
all rainbow? So like it could be like this.
Please don't
and
do
then
that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Just rainbow bracket and then rainbow again afterwards. Please don't
rainbow
do what you
bracket.
did.
Oh, I get what you
Your
mean.
D6.
Okay, I remember now. You have to rainbow 2 brackets first, then the last bracket later.
Yeah, so which one is correct? Have you figured it out?
It's gonna be the second one.
Yeah,
X minus 1.
which affects your first setup lah.
Yeah lah.
Ariel, first thing first, yeah, I forbid you to use minus 39. I'm not explaining why, but I'm asking you to use minus 78. I'm going to explain later. This is where everybody stumbles.
Okay. Am I kind of right? I don't know if I'm right.
Well, I'm asking you whether you can use ASTC or not lah.
Huh?
Can you use your ASTC or not?
For this?
Yeah. This is where you use your ASTC. There's no other situation.
Wait, let me
Does your
think.
teacher even mention when are you supposed to use ASTC? There's only one scenario.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't
When
know.
you
I really
inverse
don't.
the trigonometry. So I'm telling you right now, when you inverse the trigonometry, whether sine, cosine, or tangent, but sine inverse, cosine inverse, and then that is where the ASTC thingy comes in.
Okay.
There is no other time.
Mhm.
This is the time. So can you do it? Or I would like to show you another method if you cannot. Because most people stumble here.
Wait, could you explain it using ASTC first?
No promises though, yeah. So your ASTC is currently not correctly done. ASTC is your
Wait,
quadrant,
that's why I'm
quadrant 2, quadrant
confused.
3, and
So that's
quadrant
why
4.
I'm confused.
Okay, all right. Do you want me to continue or you want to try?
Oh, wait, no, I think I know why I'm confused now. Never mind, I know how to do it, I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay. Because like my mind is like left to right, not like that way, yeah.
Nicholas, your first step. Why do you have the same fraction? That's not a no-no. Why do you have the same fraction? Did you forget what I told you just now?
What do you mean?
Why do you have b over x minus 1 and c over x minus 1? Why do you have that? And the way you make the fraction, you're not making it into x minus 1 square.
Yeah, I get it.
X minus 1 needs to be a square for the final goal.
Yeah, I see
So everything of your multiplication is currently a bit wrong. Ariel, you're doing it. Okay, then what?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you supposed to get out of the ASTC thingy? You know when to use it. Now, why are we even doing it?
Because like you want to see whether it's like negative or not.
Can you get that from here?
Yeah.
So what do you get from here then?
First it's like in the first and wait, maybe I'm confused.
Look, I'll try to explain from this method, but I don't guarantee that you understand it because most people I encounter just simply memorize, which is usually not a good thing, right? Yeah. Now, here is your 0 degree, which is here, right?
Mhm.
Here, yeah. And your minus 78 is definitely here. This is called minus 78.69 degree. That's fine.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minus 78.69 lies in quadrant 4.
Mhm. Yeah.
Quadrant 4 is supposed to be, quadrant 4 for
Yeah.
tangent is supposed to be the same as the quadrant 2. Are
Mhm.
you following so far?
Yeah, I guess.
Now, the quadrant 2 will definitely therefore mean this guy. Now, what is this guy? Visually, what is this guy? This guy is definitely, because this is 78, correct or not?
Mhm.
So this guy must be 180 degree minus 78.69 lah, must be.
Mhm. Yeah.
Which boils down to 101.31 degree.
Yeah.
So right now, I have converted, this STC allows me to convert from a quadrant 4 thingy, which is not part of it, question
Mhm.
mark, into something more palatable. I can now say quadrant 1 is also equal to 101 degree, 0.31. Basically, I've done the conversion.
Yeah.
All right. So far, so good.
Yeah.
And plus, I need to write down the positive quadrant 4 also. The positive quadrant 4 is the 360 minus 78 degree, 69 degree,
Mhm.
which is this guy.
Yeah.
So you press the calculator and I'm supposed
Oh,
to
wait,
find
wait,
another
wait,
one.
wait, wait. I think my teacher said something about this today. Like,
Mhm.
oh, it's because you want to get like the 4 different answers. Because like, it's something to do with like the difference wait, um,
Mm.
Your strategic choice of x equals to 1, Nicholas, is good. It's supposed to make your life much easier. Your A is supposed to be gone. Your C is supposed to be gone.
Yeah.
So ignore them lah. Let 0 and 0. Just focus on the B lo. Yeah, good. Good. You get your first B. Now, tell me another strategic option. There should be another strategic option here,
Yeah, it's one is regarding this two
which is
x's.
exactly the answer of your calculator. The answer of calculator is x equals to minus half. That is
Yeah.
exactly the strategic x, which is what you are supposed to use.
That's what I was thinking of first.
Good. So
Also,
this is
wait. May I ask, so that it's easier for me in the exam.
Mhm.
Can you tell me again the reason why you could easily tell that x minus 1 is a 2? Just tell me for the exam so I can don't have to do a
Because
very
a cube calculate, you're using the calculator to figure out and to help you. Supposedly it gives you 3 roots, man. You look at 2 roots and you're happy with it. How can 2 brackets give you a cube? How can that happen?
no, because I'm asking you like how can you tell like which one was the twin?
If you twin the 2x plus 1, it'll give you 4x squared. 4x squared will never be 2x cubed.
4x 2x cubed.
You got to get 2x cubed from the whole thing, right?
Mm.
If you twin the 2x plus 1, it will first give you 4x squared. Can 4x squared times the other bracket gives you 2x cubed?
No.
So
It'll be
that's
4x
it.
cubed.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
Okay, Ariel, are you okay so far?
I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to explain to you the other method, okay? Because we have time.
Okay.
I'm going to fully abandon the ASTC method for now. And I
Okay.
promise it will probably make sense much later on.
Okay.
Okay. Your teacher don't care, right?
Oh no.
As long as you find it sensible, that's all you need to care. Make sense? And yeah. So now follow me to the the next page. I am doing the visual method. The visual method is usually where people understand. It has always been the case. I'm drawing the asymptotes, which means I'm drawing what kind of curve here?
Tangent.
Yeah. Which is what we're dealing with right now, right?
Yes.
First, there's something that you have to accept. There's something, I'm sorry, right, wrong. In trigonometry, every inverse is a tangent inverse, right? Tangent inverse and then tangent. There are only two trigonometry, right? Tangent inverse something and tangent something, or sine inverse something and sine something. Now, for example, I do a tangent 30, for example. Tell me, this 30 degree exists in the x-axis or in the y-axis?
What? X.
And you would be correct. If you have some doubt in that, do get rid of the doubt, right?
Okay.
This is your 360, right? This is your 90, and therefore here, there's your 30. So far, so good?
Yeah.
So you have identified 30. What does tangent 30 mean? Well, 30 exists in the x-axis, and therefore, this graph is y equal to tangent something, right? So the whole tangent exists in the y-axis. This
Yeah.
does not sound very complicated. It's as simple as here's 30 degree. This is the value of tangent 30.
Minus.
You know that special angle, it's 1/√3 lah. Yeah. This is your tangent 30. So one more time, the tangent value is in the y-axis. The angle itself is an x-axis. Nothing complicated with that. Okay?
Okay.
Now, let's talk about tangent inverse. So this is tangent 30 is going from x-axis to y-axis. Can I say that? Simple, right? How about tangent inverse? If I tangent inverse, I'll be tangent inversing something like 1/√3 lah. Am I correct? 1/√3, where does it exist? Y-axis or x-axis? Just saying.
Y.
This is y. And therefore, tangent inverse is a simple process of moving from y here, going back to the x. Do you understand? A tangent inverse is a movement from y-axis into the x-axis because you're supposed to find an angle or somewhat here. Okay?
So it's like, wait. So like essentially, I can't, is there something I can draw without, so like it's essentially like, is it like kind of like it's like a triangle like that?
I don't want to make it too complicated. Really. There's more than triangle going on here. I know your teacher will be using triangle. I know that. For now, let's just say that one is x to y movement and one is y to x movement.
Okay.
The inverse is always y to x. So if you do a sine inverse, you will see later, oh, there's also a y to x movement. You start from y, you go to x. You're trying to find the angle, so to speak. Okay?
Okay.
Now, here is the kicker. Now that you understand all this, here is the kicker. The kicker is coming. This is what I want to explain to you. When you go from x to y, you will always find only one answer.
Okay.
Tangent of something, sine of something, and cosine of something always have only one answer. Neat and tidy, just what the calculator say. When it is from y to x, you have an infinite answer. That's the kicker. One more time, yeah? So I'm going from y here, 1/√3. I am going to meet my x. It will appear that there's only one answer, not true at all. Okay? There's another answer. If I continue further, I have another answer here, correct or not? It's just outside my range. This is the part that you need to understand before we move on. When I move from y to x, I have way more than one answer. I have infinite answers. It's not even just two answers, it's infinite answers. Clear first or not?
Okay.
Right? So now, remember, yeah, your calculator tells you 1. Okay? If you tangent inverse 1 over root 3, please confirm tangent inverse root 3, he will just give you 30 degree according to the calculator. Please confirm that one more time.
Okay. Wait, let me.
X equals to 2 might seem like troublesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so only 1. The reason why teacher teach you ASTC is because the teacher telling you the calculator is being honest but very limited. Your
Okay.
brain, your knowledge is bigger than the calculator. Tangent inverse actually is supposed to have more than one answer. Hence ASTC.
Minus.
I am teaching you this replacement for ASTC to show you exactly what that means, the infinite answer. One more time, the calculator will only give you 1. That's his job. Okay, your job is to remember or understand why it should be more than 1, which is what I'm telling you right now. So now, watch it. This is 30 degree. I am claiming that this guy is also the answer. Why? Because look at that. It's also in the 1 over root 3. See? Answer also. This guy is also an answer. This guy is also an answer. And this guy is also an answer. And there's infinite variation. Okay, that's my claim. Now, first thing first. Who is this guy? Can you tell just by looking at the graph? This is 180 degree.
Yeah.
So who is this guy?
Who's that? I don't know. 270.
No, here's 270. Look, it's not that difficult.
Oh, okay.
Ariel. The graph repeats. That's the nature of trigo graph. The graph repeats. Look at that. Look at that. This is 0. This is 30. So if this is 180, who is this guy? It's not 270.
225.
Come on.
Huh? I don't know.
0, 30, 180. What is it?
No, I don't know.
Nicholas, can you check the answer, give us? It's dangerous to move on from. Yeah.
I really don't know.
Okay.
Ariel, this is the exact graph as this one, correct?
Yeah. So
What is the distance of this one?
Okay, so it's 210.
Yeah, 210. You're correct.
Okay.
Now tell me who this guy is.
Okay, so it's just like 390.
Correct. Getting it. Now let's go to the minus. You'll be doing the minus very soon. Who is this guy and who is this guy?
Wait, that's wait, this is 90.
Here's your minus 90.
This 90. Oh wait, no, that's minus 90.
That's
oh, yeah,
your
that's
minus 180, right?
Okay, so that's minus 180. So this
So
is
who is that guy?
so this is minus 150.
Correct.
And yeah.
The one on the left. Nicholas, are you correct or not?
I got the ABC correct, but then the bottom parts are wrong.
And this 360, right? Is this 360? Like here. Yes, right.
No, that's minus 270.
Okay,
This is minus 360. Let me see. Sorry, Nicholas. Yeah, it's a bit blurred. It's a bit blurry. Yeah?
Okay, so that's
Nicholas, this does go up.
so that's 330.
There, you're looking at the wrong answer. You're looking at question number 4.
Oh, no wonder.
So Ariel,
2
what is this?
plus 1 minus 5x minus 1.
If you know this is minus 360.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so this is 330.
Minus 330. Very good.
Yeah, minus 330. Yeah.
I got it correct, sure.
Good, Nicholas. Now you're going to do the next one by yourself. That's the last one. Yeah. Ariel, take your calculator now, yeah? Take your calculator now we're going to prove whether 210 is actually the answer. Now, how do we know? Very simple. Just tangent 210. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what does tangent 210 give you?
0.5773.
Which is a very ugly decimal. Do you know what this 0.57 blah, blah, blah is?
Probably like 1 over
root 3, which you should generally check.
Yeah.
Very easy to check. Go ahead and check.
Yeah, that's correct.
So 210 is an answer, correct or not? Think carefully, yeah. You agree or not that tangent inverse 1 over root 3 should give you 30 degree according to the calculator, but also 210. Proven.
What?
Also 210.
Yeah, that's right.
Test tangent 390, tangent minus 150, and tangent minus 330. Test everything. Okay. Now, Nicholas, the first step is to consider whether you long division or not.
I feel I have to.
Now, tell me why. You must be very clear for exam.
I mean, it's a whole quadratic equation. So yeah.
The bottom one must be factorized lah. I'm not asking that. I'm asking for long division, not the factorization. You don't get what I'm saying. The bottom is how many power?
2.
The
Top
top
part's
is how
also
many
2.
power? 2
Top part's
also.
also 2.
This is improper. You have to long division the top one with the bottom one first. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please tell me.
Is it improper because the top part is
The
same
same power. Yeah.
power?
It has to be smaller.
So as
Yes,
in like if the bottom one is power 3, top one is power 2.
proper. Can immediately partial fraction.
So it'll be a proper fraction if this is like power 3 and this is power 2.
Correct. Lesser power, not equal power. Lesser.
So lesser power on top means you can just partial fraction immediately.
Yes. If you try to partial
Okay.
fraction this, you can proceed and you will, the worst thing is that you will waste a lot of time. I'm trying to prevent that in exam, right? Ariel, can you confirm that minus 330 is correct?
Yeah.
Minus 150 is correct?
Yeah.
30, 20, and 390 is correct.
Yeah.
Now, you believe me for a while, you'll be using 390 very soon today and another guy. Now, I did not draw the other guy, right? Now, currently you have a choice. Can you figure out the other guy without the drawing? If cannot, just draw lah. Please figure out this other guy and then test it out. You will be needing it right now. You'll be needing it.
This one. Is it 540?
You just think about a number and then you test using your calculator. I hope that makes sense. That's the easiest way to do it. Just test lah.
Wait, is it? No, it's 510 or something.
It is 510. It is not 540. Correct?
Yeah.
It is 510. Why is it 510? I'm going to explain now, okay?
Yeah, it's 510.
Yeah. So I'm going to explain now the why. The why is very simple. Plus one circle, which is 360. Plus one circle, which is 360. So the answer should be 570.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Do you see that this is also plus 360? Huh? There's a jump here. How big is that jump? Plus 360 also.
Yeah.
How big is this jump?
360.
Plus 360 also. If your teacher doesn't use the visual method, which is most of the time they don't, this is the visual method. They will teach you, hey, just plus 360. Maybe they tell you the reason, maybe not. Well, this is the reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so far so good?
Yeah.
Now we're going to use this to figure out the one just now. The one just now is even harder than this one because there is a minus involved.
Okay.
Okay, now I will ask you to go to the next page. I'll ask you to, for practice purposes, draw tangent graph another time. Anyway, it's good practice anyway, right? Draw a bit more liberally, draw a bit more like me. Go to the minus and go to the plus.
Wait.
Okay, good. Draw it rather nicely because don't want to confuse yourself.
Sure, is it good?
Your steps are wonderful. I think it's because you read the answer key already. So a bit sayang, but your steps are wonderful. This is what you're supposed to do before you partial fraction.
The 2 plus here because the quotient, yeah.
The 2 plus is totally ignored, and that's a totally good thing. You totally ignore it. Understand?
Yeah,
Look at
because
your life. Your life is so simple right now, isn't it? Your life is so simple right now. 2x minus 19 is a good thing. The
so
long division promises you a simpler life, so to speak.
I can just give 2x, just ignore it, right? No one cares.
Yeah, you just worry about the partial fraction part, and then presentation wise, you put back the 2. Understand?
Yeah.
This partial fraction is super simple lah. Just hope that you can. Ariel, are you trying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know what happened.
don't draw it too nicely lah. If you cannot, just draw on paper. Anyway, you have to do it on paper. Take a picture using WhatsApp, and I'll put it in. Okay,
Oh yeah, let me draw on paper.
yeah, probably easier. Good presentation, Nicholas. Finally, you're getting it. Okay. Sometimes teacher even skip the denominator part lah. But if you want to write the denominator, write down properly lah. Good, good. Now, this one should be very easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Hopefully.
just gonna do it. Let x be 3.
Oh,
2.
yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Anything strategic, please? Usually, just skip the 0 part, okay? Since you know that the B part is going to be 0, don't even write down. The waste of time.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me when you're done, Ariel.
Okay.
Okay, what's the other strategic X?
I'm just gonna do x equal minus 3.
Yep, and then something will be 0 and just ignore it.
Yeah. Minus 25. It's gonna be A. Wait, no, it's gonna be B. Wait. Minus 5B. We're just gonna be both minus 25 divided by minus 5. Which is just B equal 5. So it's gonna be 2 plus no. 2 minus 3.
Ariel, are you okay with your drawing?
Yeah,
X
I'm
minus
just
2
drawing it. Yeah.
plus 5x plus 3. Let me check the answer sheet.
Feel free.
2 minus 3, x minus 2 plus 5x. Yeah, it's correct.
Now you should do at least 2 more partial fraction at your own timing. Okay, without looking at the answer key and without my help. To be fair, this one you look at the answer key. To be fair, okay, by yourself. Okay, you only have 13 minutes of 17 minutes left to to settle other question you may have. We need to move on.
Okay.
So
Choose which one do you want to ask.
as in any of the 3 chapters.
Any of the 3 chapters or any of the remaining question, you can at least do one more with me lah.
How about do binomial? Polynomial is okay now. I just need to think of partial fractions.
Very nice.
Logarithms, I feel I can just do that all the time. This is binomial. Binomial just feels like it feels complicated, but like it's not. You know what I mean?
Binomial is not supposed to be complicated when you gain experience, correct?
Yeah, no, it's just it just looks complicated, but it isn't.
It is not, precisely. If you do the right process, it is not complicated. So now, Ariel, I'm gonna now try to solve the question for you. Right, in page 16, please, Ariel. I'm using your own picture. Okay. Remember, I am not using the STC yet right now. I promise to go back to STC after this visual method. I promise. Okay. So at least you understand what your teacher is saying.
3.
Before 2x something, there is tangent to x, correct? Tangent to x equals to minus 5 root 3 over 3, correct?
Mhm.
And this process involves inverse. Now, when you see an inverse, you activate either ASDC or this graph method. Okay, your
Mhm.
calculator gives you this, and your calculator is not wrong at all. Okay, people,
Yeah.
however, get extremely confused with a minus. They are very ASTC has a lot of weaknesses. Like the strength of ASTC is that it's speedy if you know how to use it. But I
Yeah.
see a lot of students C minus and then immediately change it to plus. Oh my goodness. Like, okay, just I'm want to scratch my head already. I want to pull my head already, right? It sabos them. Also, it doesn't equip them to handle 2x. Many people settle 2x wrongly because of the SCC. SCC has its own strength and has its own weaknesses. The weakness is, let me repeat, when things get confusing, STC is not helpful at all. The graph, when things are easy, it looks more complicated. When things are complicated, the graph is much clearer. Maybe you should have both, right? Now, Ariel, let's start with the graph first. Where is minus 78.69? I'm going to simplify this to minus 80, okay? For our convenience. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
where is minus 80 in the graph? Would you please show me first? Have you chosen your question, Nicholas?
Like here.
Yeah, so binomial question.
Now, Ariel, identify properly. Huh? This is correct, right? This is correct. So you should know what this is, right?
What do you say?
This box,
Yeah.
what is this box? Half of,
90.
yeah, correct. There's half of minus 180. So why am I telling you that? Because minus 80 is where?
Oh wait, yeah, never mind.
Mhm.
Like here.
Good, good. Now you have your minus 80. Now, where is your minus 5 root 3 over 3? Do you have any idea?
This. Yeah, there.
Where is it?
Like there.
Where is it?
Here, the same, like kind of at the same place. Like, yeah.
Wait. Now, you think that minus 5 3 root 3 is on the x-axis. Big mistake.
Oh yeah, no, because it's inverse.
It's
So
supposed
it's
to be in the y-axis. So where is it? There's a relationship between minus 5 root 3 over 3 because you know
yeah.
calculator says so. So where is it? Where is it? It's a minus y-axis. Remember, don't force it.
Oh yeah.
Minus y-axis.
N minus R is
Like
3. Sorry.
It's a good question, Nicholas.
Yeah, so I picked it.
So
probably
from
here.
x to y, right? Remember, from x to y or from y to x, either one. There. Do you understand? You must visually be able to see that. There you go. Or that
Okay.
one also. Yeah, even better. Yeah, basically you're drawing like get that. Go and label it minus 5 root 3 over 3.
Okay. We can just like arrow it over.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so there the arrow. The arrow establishes how you get minus 80 in the first place, right? How did you get? You get from this. I'm going to write down the value so that we're clear. You get this value, you press the calculator. The calculator basically go to this arrow like that. That's the arrow from the calculator. Understand?
Yeah.
The calculator only gives you one, but this graph promises you to allow you to see so many other answers. Now, see the other answers. How do you do that?
What do you mean?
One more time.
Or
Again,
C2.
I promise you that the graph makes it very clear there are more than one answer,
Oh,
right?
because it's on the y-axis, so it's like
Like that. You draw
yeah.
this line and then you immediately get a lot of answers. See, infinite answers. Now identify the answers, especially the ones on quadrant 1 to 4, especially. Because usually that's what you need.
So it's just like
So who is this guy and who is that guy?
wait,
That guy also. No, that's the wrong guy. Come on. That's the wrong guy.
wait, I'm thinking. I'm a bit.
Use the graph, yeah. Use the graph. You draw the graph for a reason. Yes, something like that.
Oh wait.
First three, right? Yeah, okay, first three. Okay. Good. Plus dot dot dot, please. Don't forget. Yeah, yeah. Plus dot dot dot. Yeah.
My calculator just ran out of ink.
Just ran out.
Jeez,
What?
just ran out of ink.
Oh. Ariel, it's
so
here.
Yeah.
Ariel, it's here. Come on. It intersects here.
I don't
How
know.
can you point it here? It's here.
I don't
The
know.
intersection is there.
I
The
don't know.
intersection is there. So you just go up.
Okay.
Look at the intersection, you go up, and then you figure out who are these guys.
I forgot where I put the other point.
What do you mean by you forget?
Wait, where did I? It's like slightly different. So it's like, wait,
teacher.
I don't know.
Yes, Nicholas, you're doing fine.
Okay, so I'm assuming this again, rainbow, the ones we need, not the don't need to care about the ones we don't need.
In this case, it's even harder than that. In this case, you have to figure out how to use. This is way worse. This is way worse. The reason is because he gives you this 64, which is confusing.
I know.
Minus 160x, which is confusing, and bx squared. Suffice to say, you need all three. So you need to figure out all the rainbows that are useful based on what they give you. This is even harder. This is the hardest thing they give you.
Oh.
Wait,
so I need to figure out the ones that is useful. I don't know which one is useful. I need to figure it out by doing all of them.
In fact, the 64 is worrying me already. Wait, let me check.
I know. How do you get 64 with just a 1? Because it's minus 4x. It's a minus 4x.
Currently, I'm very worried already. How come you don't get 64? Currently, I'm very worried already.
I don't think I'm wrong. It's 2, 4.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. What's going on here? I'm currently very worried.
I don't know how to get 64 because of minus 4x.
Let me check forward. Let me check forward. Let me check forward.
Let me check real quick the question again. 1 minus 4x, 2 plus ax.
Okay, Ariel. You're there.
I know why. Oh my god. I read the question wrongly.
Look, Ariel, this is the line, right? You're very confused right now, I think.
Yeah.
This is the intersection with the line, correct?
Yeah.
And therefore, that's the answer. You do things, I'm not sure why you do that, but this is the answer. Because I get the first answer by simply intersecting the line up. That's your minus 80. So here's your answer. Yeah, your answer. So figure out those two things, those three things.
What do I figure out?
These boxes, the moment you got to figure out the angles. Remember, we'll figure out more than one angle right now. We need more than one angle, and that's what we're trying to figure out. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this?
I don't oh, okay. I don't know.
The way to figure it out is to use sometimes mirror images.
Okay.
Now, one more time. Do you recognize that this part is the same as this part visually?
Yeah.
If this part is the same as this part, then this is where minus 80 shines. The calculator is giving us something useful. Why? Because the calculator is telling us something like this. The distance between this and this is 80. That's what the calculator is telling us. So therefore, the distance between this and this is also 80. Because it is an exact thing, you know?
Okay.
An exact thing. Because of the 80, I can figure out what this is. So to figure out what is that? That is definitely 100. And figuring this out, supposed to be very easy. Right? Look good to me. And last one, this one. So if you figure out your 64, everything should be slightly better.
No, you see, the reason why is because I read it correctly. It's not 4, it's 6.
My goodness. Right. My goodness. Right. Come on, Ariel. The minus 1 is confusing you. I agree. But don't tell me that minus 100 is between minus 360 and minus 180.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything.
You do have to get used to this, though. I've seen questions that dwell into the negative side.
Okay.
Okay. It's an 80-degree distance from minus 180. Good. Much better. Okay, yeah? So far, so good, yeah? Now, By right, you're supposed to say minus 70, sorry, I'll write down minus 80 degree first, okay? Minus 80 degree is the answer, right? But also 100 degree is the answer, and also 280 degree is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
This is from your own, either ASTC or the graph. This is from the calculator. So far, so good?
Yeah.
2x. And to your surprise, I'm going to add 2 more here. Plus 360. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to add 460 degree. And I'm going to add another plus 360 degree. And so that will be 640 degree. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
This is totally outside the range. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing something which is outside the range? Remember, the range is supposed to be 0 to 360 degree. The answer is very simple because of this number 2. Now watch, watch. X will be equal to minus 40 degree. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Which is rejected because the answer should
Out
be
of range.
0 to 360 degree. Correct?
Yeah.
The calculated answer is rejected, but it is very useful. Can you accept that? It is still very useful. You still have to do it. We still need to rely on the minus 80 just now.
Yeah.
But it is rejected at the end. Can you accept that?
Mm-hmm.
The rest becomes easy, right? 100 becomes what?
Mm-hmm.
100 becomes? Come on, 2 equals to 100, x becomes?
$100?
Ariel, you're very confused, is it?
Yeah, I don't know anything.
2x equals to 100. X equals to?
50?
Okay, good. Continue.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense now.
Continue.
140.
Continue. You can use calculator, of course.
Yeah, 230.
Continue.
320.
And do you now
Okay.
see why I include these 2 things? Do you now see
Not
why?
really.
Because now 230
Oh, because
and
now they're in
230 is
range
within.
when you like
Yes,
divide it
it
off.
is. It is.
Yeah, okay.
That's the reason why. If you
Yeah.
don't include these 2, you're losing, depending on your teacher, 1 mark or 2 marks, depending on your teacher.
Okay.
B
Okay. Now, the final answer will be 50, 140, 230, and 320, but with a slightly better detail. Just now, I made minus 78 into minus 80.
Okay.
Slightly uglier, that is. I think we are ahead of the class, which is what I'm trying to do today. I think I'm explaining certain things that are beyond the class.
You sure?
Yes. Can you check the answer key? I mean, you
I
did
got
very
it
well.
correct already. I got it correct.
100%. I'm very proud. I'm very proud. You don't look confused at all, Nicholas. Very proud.
Yeah, the only reason why I look confused just now is because I got the wrong question.
Correct. And you even notice that you figured out your own mistake, which is why you're very good. You're very good not because you didn't make any mistake. You figured out your own mistake. Good. Very good. I am quite confident in you. Quite. Okay, you have 3 more minutes. Whatever you want to do, you can. Now,
Yeah, even any.
let's ask questions. We are ahead of class.
I'll just do a log question. It seems like small enough to do it right now.
Sure. Ariel, is this too much? Is this? Should we?
I think it's okay.
Okay.
I think it's okay, yeah.
Could you ask questions if you want to?
I don't really have anything to ask. I just need to like process it.
Feel free to practice more from your teacher's practice lah, because the practice that we did just now is like a full-blown exam question, right?
Mhm.
This is, well, let's just say this is the maximum they should ask you.
Okay, that's
This is
great.
how it feels. So
There's
if you
nothing else.
understand this,
There's nothing else for Trigo this year, right?
this is already hard enough.
Okay, can.
But
Okay.
to be fair, we haven't talked about the proving one. The proving one feels totally different. It feels totally like a different question. So I do not want to focus on that first. Because I noticed that your teacher is focusing on SATC. Many people will be confused. And he cannot escape from STC for a while. I hope she will not complicate your life by introducing the other type. I hope not too much. This is already hard enough for most people.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's horrible.
Next
Yeah.
week, when we meet, we'll probably still be talking about STC. It will stay with us until, next year. And you'll probably be comparing your teacher's method with the graphical method again.
Okay.
We'll probably be repeating it, but you'll probably get it faster.
Mhm.
Until hopefully one day you will get it instantly. Hopefully. This
Okay.
one takes time. Okay. If you don't have any other question, today I'm happy to be slightly
log
ahead
xy squared
from the class
log y
with you.
plus equals 0.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you next week then.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Gitu.
The teacher.
I
Sure.
cannot see much. It's too big. I cannot see much.
Please zoom out. Can we finish this question first before I yeah, teacher.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Okay.
Okay then. So I'm assuming it's gonna be
Come on, man. Don't forget the strategy I teach you, man. What you're doing is wrong. Yeah. What you're doing is totally wrong.
wait, oh wait, no,
Motivation
this is
program,
the times.
this cannot happen. Motivation program is never taught, and so it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen at all. Be careful what you're doing.
Okay, wait, what I do?
You're not doing the strategy I told you. Really. You're not.
What strategy again?
The first thing you do is to make all the bases the same, and you did not do that.
Make all the bases the same. Well, this is how am I supposed to make bases the same with it? How am I supposed to make the bases the same with this? Wait. Am I doing it now? What am I supposed to, bro? This square is really annoying. Teacher, how do I change this square? Teacher. Teacher. Teacher.
Hey, Nicholas, it's very crowded, yeah. I'm gonna send you the answer later. Okay, Nicholas. Sorry, yeah. We have to end here, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna take a picture first one more time before you do that. Wait. Oh man.
The square is really annoying for me.
Okay, later. All right. Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you in WhatsApp.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right. Keiko, Derlyn is not in yet, so I think we'll just wait for her. I'll set up the breakout room first. Yeah.
Sure, no problem.
Today, please try out combined chemistry. I'll tell you something from the combined physics one. She was doing combined physics with Brian, right?
Oh, okay.
She's also starting blank. So math and physics are full blank. But I noticed one thing. she is much faster in physics than in math. Math is like the most confusing thing for her.
Okay.
Which is a very happy thing because that means she is probably quite in tune with the science part lah.
I see.
She wants to be a nurse. I guess maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing, right?
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
math is her worst problem. I'm very happy that physics is, starting zero but faster. So I kind of expect that chemistry also starting zero but also faster than math.
Okay.
But you don't know what's math. You just say that it's slower than bio lah. But she seems to be taking it much better, so to speak. Seems to be.
Okay.
That's the expectation, but today is to find out whether that's true or not.
I see.
All right.
Wait, so just to clarify, I have to teach her the syllabus as well, right?
For today only, you're just following the TYS because that's what she will do, right? And you
Okay.
will see for yourself how blank she is, and
Okay.
hopefully that's not a very bad thing. Hopefully lah. I'm hoping.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
see what happens.
Sure.
Okay, so just wait. Okay, Keston, I can see you, yeah? I can see you. Just okay. Should probably forget, yeah. A reminder. Hassan, sorry, just to confirm, can you hear me, Hassan?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Updates, please, Keston. What's happening?
Nothing.
All right, no surprises, you mean?
Yeah.
All right, now how about you, Keston?
What?
How about you yourself?
Nothing.
Right? Are you feeling some sort of burnout, Keston?
No.
Do you know how burnout feels, Keston?
No.
Let me confirm this, huh? If I ask you what burnout is, you do not know what it means, correct?
Yeah.
Let me describe it because you may be very aware if I describe it. And this is something important moving for O-level. For O-level students, I pay attention to all their burnout feeling. You ask Keiko lah. Keiko's your senior. You know what? Correct, Keiko? I was very sensitive to whether you are burnout or not last time, correct?
I think so, yes.
Right, because it matters a lot lah, at least for most people lah. Right?
I agree.
So Keston, for O-level, A-level, same thing lah. A-level also very stressful lah. Burnout is something like this. Either you cannot feel anything at all. Basically, you are, what's the word? You are numb. You are numb. Numb is not good at all. For most difficult questions, you gotta use your feeling and your thinking. When you're numb, you think less because you feel less. I don't know whether that's how to explain, but that's one sign of being burnt out. The second sign of being burnt out is you cannot do what you usually can do. You're very tired or you don't feel motivated. You know what you're supposed to do, but you cannot bring yourself to do it. So burnout simply means you're mentally tired. Most of the time, mentally tired simply means you need to rest. That's all, to do something unproductive, to not force yourself to work, so to speak. Now, that's how I can describe burnout. Do you ever feel that, feel numb or feel like you cannot bring yourself to do what you're supposed to do?
No,
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
no,
You have never experienced that before.
no,
You can always do what you're supposed to do.
yeah,
You can always think carefully and not feel numb.
yeah,
In fact, you feel quite well, such that you are aware of exam and you feel panic inside exam sometimes.
yeah,
Have you ever felt like you done a exam is very surprising or you feel unprepared? Either one, either is surprising even though you are prepared, or you are just unprepared. And then you do the exam, and then after the exam, you totally forget all the questions. You can't even recall what happened. Does that ever happen to you?
yeah.
Is it in chemistry?
Things like in general,
In general?
yeah,
Oh, I wouldn't expect that from you. I expect you to remember almost everything. Really, Castana, in your school exam, if you have finished the exam, you go out, you wouldn't remember much of what happened. Really.
no,
But then again, your school's exam are terrible, right? Okay, never mind. Because that's the third sign of being burnt out during the exam. But I don't think that is a guaranteed sign. Okay, Caston, whenever you feel the things I told you, you feel that, okay, for example, you don't even want to attend tuition, even though you know tuition is useful or whatever. That is probably a good sign of burnout. Okay, when that happens, please tell me, then I know, and then I can tell you what to do. Okay, because you need to get out the burnout very soon. Okay, we are useless when we are burnout. All right. Okay, Caston.
yeah.
Okay. So, Caston, do you have any questions for me today? You have, I don't know, you don't. Yeah. All right, Keiko, can you hear me?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So Derlin has just replied to my WhatsApp, and she is sick.
Oh, okay.
My apologies, yeah.
It's okay. I'm
I
free
will
anyway.
confirm. I'll confirm with her whether tomorrow is in or not. When she's sick, I have to do that. I'll tell you very soon, and not to waste your time, but I'll keep in contact for what's happening.
Yeah,
Right.
sure, no worries.
Thank you very much for your time today, Keiko. Really.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Can we go through QA?
Yes, Keston, I want to go through QA with you. That's one thing that we have never done. All right. Now, Keston, as you go through QA, I have one question. Do you have all the memorizing table that you're supposed to have in front of you or not?
It's online.
It's online. Would you please
Yeah.
draw them out, everything, and just put it in the Jamboard just for me to see for a while? I want to make sure that everything is there. Then I can tell you something.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Then you know immediately what you need for O level. All right. Yeah, I see something. The positive ions are good. The negative ions are good. Yeah, just put in everything first. Yeah. If you have any doubt, just put in things first. It's okay. Good. Oh, they split it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, good. The gas one is there. Good. Okay. You need one more. The solubility. In the end, QA needs solubility table. Do you know what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, then get the solubility one. These are good stuff for now. These are good stuff. Good. Correct. Correct. Okay, good enough for now. Okay, now before we do any question, here are a few practical questions for you. Keston, you can refer to this today. Okay, there's no problem. I don't want you to memorize things right now. Okay, so do you know that in O level you're supposed to memorize all this because they don't give it lah?
Yeah.
Does your teacher, your school exam ask you to memorize also, or do they give you?
Memorize.
Okay, good. Do you have trouble memorizing? This is only 20% of what you're supposed to memorize in the whole chemistry. So it looks like a lot lah. Will you have trouble when the time
Like
comes?
if I start memorizing, then like I won't forget.
How long do you usually, start to memorize?
No, maybe can like I'll remember it for like a month, then I'll start forgetting.
No. Sorry. A month is more than enough, right? Okay. But my question is like this: how long do you need from starting memorizing until I finish memorizing already? The process of memorizing itself.
Maybe like 3 days.
3 full days, or what are you talking about here?
I feel like plus one day. I mean like because I split it out in case like I wake up and I'll forget it.
Correct. Now let's compare that with OChem. OChem, I give you the reaction map, right? And we go very fast. Correct now.
Yeah.
You will notice that your teacher does not give you a summarized map. Your teacher will give you, the individual reaction and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I suppose, can I say that memorizing is much easier when you have a fully summarized form, something like that?
Yeah.
This whole table is not in a summarized form at all. It is the whole thing, lah, but it's not summarized. Do you, as a person, benefit if you have a more summarized form?
I think like it depends because maybe the summarized form doesn't have as much things.
This thing, how? Just this thing, lah. We talk about this thing.
I can like slowly read it out.
Right, understand. Understand what I'm saying. Now, I'll point out a few things, not for memorization purpose, but for understanding purpose, and then we can go to the question. Let me point it out for you. The easiest one for everybody is the gas one. I point it out not because it's easy. It is easy. People know that. But because that's the first thing to memorize. And now look, the second one is anion. So this is the second one usually. Do you notice that the test for carbonates require you to test for CO2, which is the gas one? The carbonate ion test is basically changing carbonate ion into CO2. Later on, you must test for CO2, which is in the gas test. Do you understand what I'm saying right now?
Yeah.
Okay. The nitrate, do you know that oh my goodness, the nitrate one is, okay, this looks like a complete table. Now I realize that it is not complete at all. The nitrate one changes the NO3 minus into very weirdly NH3 gas, which therefore you must complete by testing the NH3 gas. Yes, your table is not complete. It's very weird too.
I think it's like on top.
Where is it?
This I think.
Ah, ammonia produced. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, this one. Which therefore you need to test for NH3 lah. Just saying. Okay, you have to say that. Clear, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the ions also, I'm pointing out a lot of things about the ionic thing here. Okay, so the ionic one, the chloride, iodide, and sulfate, lah, right? Do you notice that this is barium sulfate? I think they are pointing out here again, that's barium sulfate, right? Okay, and this one is AgCl, correct? Which they point out here, right? Okay, Ken? So far, so good?
Yeah.
Do you notice that barium sulfide exists here? There you go. There you go. That's barium sulfate. And your chloride will be this one. So basically, the test for chloride and the test for sulfate uses the solubility table. They are the same thing. So to speak lah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is intentional and this is good lah. For one, it's less memorizing if you realize that they are the same thing. It strengthen each other, but more importantly, they are connected, which is what QA usually is. They chain things, so you have to realize the connection. Okay, these are the small connections I'm just pointing out. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to ask? That's all. That's all I want to point out for.
How do you know when to gas test?
How do you know when to gas test? Okay, so
Yeah.
in QA, okay, if you're talking about the context of QA, they don't ask you what test one. They give you the test and the test result, and then they ask you the thing. So that means they already do the test for you. You're supposed to identify because tests are for identification. These are all identification tests. So you don't tell them the test most of the time. You tell them based on the result, what is this guy? So far, so good.
No, it's like
Reverse
during
process.
practical.
You're saying? Sorry. Oh, during practicals. During
Yeah.
practicals, now, if you're not talking about the theory in practical, you're talking about the practical or the theory in practical.
Like you're actually doing it.
Then you know what? Effervescence. When there is no effervescence, you should have no practical reason to suspect. When there is, there should be. So any good practical must be designed so that there are effervescence, or if there is no effervescence, they immediately tell you, yo, bro, there will be gas, even though it doesn't look like it. So capture the gas and of course, therefore test it out lah. Whatever you capture, you usually want to know what it is. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
One more time, either there's effervescence, which capture it and test it, or they tell you because they know you cannot see it. Okay, that depends on the practicals design. Hope that makes some sense.
Yeah.
Okay, except for steam though, I don't think they. Sorry. There's a test for steam also lah, which is H2O lah, H2O gas. Usually not inside. Okay, later we'll talk about it. Okay, wow, how should I test that this is steam? Okay, later. Any other question?
No.
Then let's jump into questions.
Will there be QA in like section B?
Very rare. Very rare. Let me put it another way. QA is very weird. By the type of question, you will suspect QA should appear in section A all the time, right? But the reality is sometimes it doesn't appear at all. It's very weird one. Either it appears and therefore a lot of marks are at stake, or it doesn't appear at all and then they just use it sparingly in other things. They don't seem to be able to make up their mind on QA whether it should be in or not. Because if it's not in, they can do other things. But I don't get why. I don't get why they're very confused regarding this. I don't know. But it's best for us to practice anyway. In the end, it's best for us to practice. When it comes out, it comes out. Gives you a peace of mind. But won't be in section B. Maybe in MCQ lah. But if you practice the section A1, MCQ should be easy for you. Oh yeah. To be fair, they are scattered throughout all the MCQ lah. So certain questions simply assume that you know them. So it is still important for you to know. But the full question may or may not exist in the O level. Oh wow. This is way beyond. So I'll just tell you the answer, okay? This is one step ahead already. This is not the QA table. There's a practical consideration for the acidification. Okay, Keston? Unless you know why, I'll just tell you why. What do you want? Do you want me to tell you why?
Like explain, yeah.
Okay. Now, please understand this is not basic identification. This is practical consideration. Practical consideration means they like it a lot, but they sometimes don't say it very clearly. Because most chemistry teachers are aware of the practical side of things, but we're just learning. We cannot even imagine it sometimes. So telling you this. So they basically put in H plus and NO3 minus, correct? Basically,
Yeah.
correct. So with Cl minus, right? With Cl minus. Now, the first practical issue is the one that you are testing for. I'm supposed to be testing this guy, and you cannot just assume Cl minus is there. Cannot. There are probably other stuff inside, whether positive or negative. There must be some positive thing inside. Cl minus cannot exist by itself. There must be another positive. So far, so good? Make sense? But there can be other positive and negative because it comes from some other sources, and most sources are not pure. Okay, and that's a very practical thing. You don't get something pure, especially if you don't even know what that is. How can you know that it is pure? I hope that makes some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're testing. So when you're testing, at the back of behind the table's design, they design it so that they can handle this complication. If there are more than two things inside the one being tested, the test will not be messed up or will not be sabotaged because that's very practical. If you demand the sample being tested to be pure, nothing much is going to happen. That is the design behind all the tests. The tests are good that way. They just never explain it to you like that. So far, so good? Clear?
Can you see that again?
One more time.
Yeah.
When we're starting to learn, we think that, oh, to test Cl minus add Ag plus lah, basically, correct? To form AgCl. Yeah, all good and well. But that forms a wrong image in our mind. The wrong image is the one being tested, the sample, only consists of one negative and not even a positive sometimes because we don't care. In reality, it will contain at least a positive and a negative. Make sense?
Yeah.
But a real sample consists of more than one positive and more than one negative. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4. Sometimes there's contamination. Sometimes all these things happen. This is just practical. Your drinking water, no matter how pure, will contain at least maybe 10 negative ions. Something that in chemistry classes is never mentioned, but that's true. Am I making any sense right now?
Yeah.
So a real sample contains more than one negative and more than one positive, and maybe one of them is a Cl minus. Now, let me give you a real sample. For example, it contains Cl minus, which you don't know, you're trying to test, and it contains CO3 2 minus also. Totally possible. If you put in Ag plus, Ag plus, Ag, both will become solid. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Both will become solid. Doesn't this pose a problem in the identification? Because both, I can tell you, are pretty whitish. I can tell you that, pretty whitish. So how can you even tell whether it is Cl minus or CO3 2 minus? For example, if I put in Ag plus here, it also becomes a white precipitate. If I put in Ag plus here, it also becomes a white precipitate. How the heck are you supposed to know which one's which? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the solution here? The solution here, the test must be done in a way that if AgCl, it will form precipitate. If it is CO3 2 minus, when you add in the Ag plus, it will not form precipitate. How do you do that? You put in H plus. Why? The dilute nitric acid. The focus is the H plus. I can tell you it's not the NO3 minus. How do I know? Because obviously a negative ion does not interact with another negative ion. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Is the positive ion, the Ag plus or the H plus, which will interact with the negative ion. So I put in Ag plus together with H plus. Doesn't that complicate things? Definitely not, because the interaction between H plus and CO3 2 minus is, Keston, do you know?
Acid and metal something.
Come on. H plus plus CO3 2 minus becomes the specifically cowardly acid. H2CO3. Okay, why is this a cowardly acid? Maybe your teacher never used that term, but I use that term because he will instantly refuse to become an acid. He will instantly split himself into H2O and CO2. You know this. This is the test for carbonate, man. Correct or not? The test for carbonate is to add H plus, basically. Correct? Nothing new.
Yeah. Is there a
So,
name for it?
no, look at the table. There's no name. Look at the table though. The test for carbonate is to add hydrochloric acid. It's not the Cl minus, it's the H plus. Really H plus. Look at table ionic 4, right? The test for carbonates.
Yeah.
Am I making any sense so far? I'm referring to that. So when I add H plus, in this case, I'm not testing for the carbonate. I'm getting rid of the carbonate. I am preemptively getting it because I'm only interested in Cl minus. Of course, when I see effervescence, I know, see, there are some carbonates which could have messed up my AgCl test. Could have, but he's gone now. I am happy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's the real sample situation. You have to, consider the possibility of more than one thing going on there, and you don't want it to mess up your testing. So in this case, C would definitely be a good answer. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does this sound totally new?
Sort of.
Because it is. Because it is new. And yet it is very practical. Practical is always harder. What you're learning is ideal. The practical is harder, but if you understand it, then good. Okay? It is a good
Okay.
question. Go ahead and ask more questions. Sorry, Gaston, you have a question, is it just now? No, right. Okay, the next one.
For B, what does it mean?
I'm sorry, which B are we talking about?
1B.
1B. Oh, you're talking about the next question, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this is a much harder QA. This is not the C. This is a very practical way of seeing it. I rarely see this kind of question. Where does this come from? I've never seen this question before. Where does it
School.
come from? This is your school's question. Your school
Yeah.
question. It's a digital version. How does that happen? Usually you have the paper version.
It's like they put it online also.
Mm. Can you do me a favor, Castor?
Yeah.
Can you give me the digital version of your school? I am very interested in your school's paper using. Can you give me that? Do you
It's
mind?
only like 2 papers.
Mm, they are very valuable. Very valuable to me. Do you mind downloading and sending it to me later?
Okay.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Now, back to your question. So I'm not surprised if this is your school's question. I'm very surprised if this is other people's question, right? Looks like a section B question already. Correct or not? Usually in O level, this is like, love reading, man, right? Okay. So let me just confirm that you understand a few things first. They did mention cation, right? They did mention cation here, but do you realize that this is definitely a cation test already? Correct? At least
Yeah.
you're familiar with it. Okay, good. Cation test. But if this is a cation test, please understand whenever there's a positive ion, there must be at least another negative ion. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And usually a test shouldn't be done like this. Usually a test should be split. You know, I split the sample into 4. One I test cation, one I test anion. You don't chain the test like that. Okay, but in this case they chain. So it's like a normal QA question where they chain all the tests, right? So far so good.
Yeah.
Okay, now you would recognize this as another test, right? Which test is this? Anion, cation, guess.
And I
Which is to say, it's testing for LP, right?
yeah.
Which will produce what gas?
Ammonia.
Ammonia. Okay, so far so good. So you are familiar with yourself. Why would they do that? I don't know, but they tell me. So okay, I'll follow. Now, sample W is warm gently in step I. Okay, good. Okay, good. Understand what you're saying. Now, what is the warm gently test using damp red litmus paper? Do you recognize that test?
Wait, which test?
The warm gently test using damp red litmus paper lah.
No.
Well, you should recognize it from one of the guesses. Look at the table. Check it out.
Why does it need to be warm gently?
Cool. Now, is this obvious or not? When you ask for NaOH, maybe some reaction happen, right? Maybe some reaction happen, and maybe that reaction will produce some gas. In this case, no gas is observed. So far, so good.
Yeah.
You warm gently. First of all, you don't let it be cold. You want the reaction to proceed faster. Make sense? It's a lab situation. You don't want to wait for, half an hour just to make sure. In a practical situation, you have to observe very carefully, hey, got effervescence or not? If you warm it, you are more certain in a shorter period of time. You will be restless. You have to wait for 10 minutes. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
So you will stir. That's one thing, right? Usually. And warming gently is a gentle thing. You warm gently. Don't make it too hot. Just make sure something is actually happening or not happening. And don't warm too much. Don't use your Bunsen burner, too much also. That's also good. I hope that makes some sense.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that you will realize is when they say effervescence, obviously they're referring to gas. Do you realize that the damp redness limit paper remain red is definitely not inside the equation, inside the solution? It's just on top of it. It's basically testing gas, not testing the solution itself. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you can imagine all that, then at least you understand what's going on. You should be able to answer B. No?
Like it's just no ammonia. Is it?
Usually that's what you test for with the damp red paper. Oh, there is no ammonia, which means what? Not there
No
is no ammonia,
NH4
wrong.
plus.
Yes, there is no NH4 plus, correct. Correct. You got it. Why is that important? I know why, but at least they don't ask, so it doesn't matter lah. Doesn't matter. At least you can figure out. Good. Your school's questions are terrible, which means it's very good for learning. Catherine, are you okay so far?
Yeah.
The part C is very easy, right?
Yeah, plus he's no.
It's so obvious. Oh, there's a new question. Are you stuck so far?
Yeah.
Why does what does a person was sorry, I don't understand what you're typing. What does what?
It's like the question wrote that and I don't understand what it means.
The grammar of the question is very confusing. Sorry, what?
It was like the question wrote that in the
Ah,
sentence.
wait, which question? No, sorry. It's not here, right? Okay.
No, not there.
What percent was obtained, which dissolved in excess of. Okay, right. So this
Is it
phrasing
just
is
soluble?
very obvious for the cation test. In the cation test, usually you obtain some precipitate, not always, but usually, and then the precipitate may or may not change when more is added. The region, you test with the region. A region is something that you use, right? Test. The precipitate happen, and you notice that even if the region is NaOH, you will then go and access it even more. So you add more. Or if the region is NH4OH, you will then access it. You add even more. Because that tells you something. Am I making any sense? This is definitely from the cation test. If you still don't understand, please tell me.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So what other problems do you have?
What does it mean by boiled?
You mean the first question, boil, right?
Yeah.
So probably the boiling part is the water lah, because there's an aqueous solution here and the water is boiled off maybe, but when you boil that thing, you will probably release water lah, or release a lot of other gases. However, this boiling, which means an intense heat, is definitely the requirement for the nitrate ion test, the anion test. The heat there is kind of intense. It's not a gentle warm. This is not confusing to me at all. See, it's boiled. Then ammonia gas is only given after ammonia is added to the hot solution. Boiled solution is a very hot solution because that's what they need. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you answer it then? Okay. Keston, do you have any question?
For the bottom one, right? How do you test for HCO3?
Sorry, bottom is which one? Sorry, which bottom? Question 5, is it?
This one, yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay. Right. So what the heck is this guy, right? Who is this guy, man? Okay. Let me confirm. Have you encountered this one before? This is your school one. This is
I
your
think so.
school question, right? Correct or not? This is your school
Yeah.
question. No, you don't know how to test that one. So you cannot assume that you can test that one using the normal carbonate test. Okay. Having said that, you 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 might suspect that this comes from H2CO3, right? Suspect, releasing a H plus, right? And then go on and releasing another one of a H plus. You may suspect that this is a year 5 thingy, right? Let me confirm that your teacher have talked about this or not. The release is done step by step one. Like for example, in titration, if you titrate, by this is a biacid, right? This is a biacid, biacid. If you titrate by acid, the titration happens in 2 steps. Am I making any sense right now?
Yeah.
Right. So this is like the result of the first step, then one more time to release the H plus fully. Am I making any sense? Are you okay right now? You okay?
Yeah.
So can you test this using the normal carbonate test? What's the normal carbonate test? To add H plus, right? To add H plus back, right? Correct. That's the normal carbonate test. You cannot make the assumption, you have to think first. So you're adding H plus, the Cl minus is not the issue at all, correct? The Cl minus is just there to ride along, correct? That's not the
Yeah.
problem. If you add H plus to HCO3 minus, can you predict what happened?
H2O and carbon dioxide.
Yes, which will go back to H2CO3, and given time, sometime, quite quick, sometime, given that it will split to, H2, because he is a coward, given some time, like some time meaning around, I don't know, 1 minute to 2 minutes, right? Okay, so does that help you answer this question?
Yeah.
Is this the first time people say to you, when you test, only one of them matters, the other one usually does not? Is this the first time people tell you this?
Yeah.
It will be like that one. Make sense or not? If you're testing for cation, you must be adding a plus and a minus, but only the minus matters most of the time. Only the positive matters most of the time. But you have to add as one package, you cannot not do that. Correct or not? Same thing when you test for positive, you have to add a package of positive and negative, but the positive doesn't matter. The negative is the one that matters. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
For the carbonate test, like why can't they just put hydrogen gas inside?
Right. Hydrogen gas is not H plus. That's the answer. Now, your thinking is a bit dangerous. Hydrogen gas is not H plus at all. H plus is a very happy version of H2. How do I know? Periodic reactivity series. I teach you the complete reactivity series. H plus is at the bottom. Very happy. H2 is here. Am I making any sense? H2 also doesn't automatically become H plus if you give him water. Just say. Doesn't happen like that. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
There are other practical consideration of using hydrogen, but that should be enough. Oh. Esther, just to confirm, this is not your phone going in, right? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Right. Um, Halo Ritzel, boleh unmute sebentar? Bisa dengar nggak?
Bisa,
Oke, Ritzel. Ya, sudah makan, sudah mandi, udah beres-beres semua belum?
sudah.
Oke, bagus. Nah, Mama cerita apa soal yang hari ini? Biar aku tahu dulu. Mama di sebelah.
Iya,
Oh, oke, 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 sip, sip. Oke, sorry, sorry. Ya, apa namanya? Jadi untuk apa namanya? Untuk eh, Ritzel, kan ini apa namanya? Panggilnya susu bukan sih, Pak? Susu ya, benar ya?
Kuku ah.
Kuku, QQ ya, kuku.
Kuku ah, iya QQ.
QQ
Kuku.
ya, kuku, kuku. Oke, oke. Jadi em, kuku eh, pengen kasih lihat soal-soal yang dipakai sama murid-murid di Singapura.
Ya,
Kamu kan ngambil mat IPA, sorry, mat kimia sama fisika IPA kan itu kan sudah cukup tinggi kan udah SMA 2 selesai kan. Jadi seharusnya sih kamu ngerti pas ngelihat soal-soal ini. Kalau sekarang lagi ada kimia nih, bentar lagi aku tunjukin. Cuma memang soal-soal kimia di sini cukup susah untuk level mereka. Level mereka tuh di sekitar SMA 1 lah, kira-kira begitu. Jadi ngetes dulu, Ritzel ngelihat soalnya, ngerti nggak atau bisa jawab. Nah, kalau nggak ngerti, aku juga pengen diskusi, jadi aku pengen tahu juga Ritzel itu di level mana kimianya. Ya kan? Kira-kira begitu ya. Boleh aku tunjukin soalnya? Pakai sharing screen sharing aja.
ya,
Ya, jadi ini lagi ngajar orang lain, cuma kita kan ngomong pakai bahasa Inggris. Nanti aku ngomong sama dia bahasa 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 Indonesia, nanti aku ngomong sama dia pakai bahasa Inggris.
oke.
Oke, ini lagi tunjukin tuh ya. Bisa ngelihat ada soal-soal nih, kira-kira begitu.
Bisa.
Oke, jadi asal aku ngomong sama dia, dia namanya Kesten. Nah, dia nggak ngerti bahasa Indonesia lah, tapi bahasa Inggris. Kesten,
Oke.
just to confirm, your answer, can you check the answer key or not? Do you have the answer key?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you correct or not? Barium hydroxide is soluble sparingly only. It's only sparingly soluble. A little bit, a little bit. Oh, this is troublesome. So, Kirsten, you gotta confirm whether question 5 is correct or not first, yeah? I think there's some trouble there.
Yeah, it's correct.
It is correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations then. Okay, so the rest is okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. They are very good questions. As per usual, your school gives you troublesome ones lah. Good. Any questions so far? If not, let's move on to the next question. Okay. Ritzel, ini lagi pakai handphone kan? Berarti kan layarnya kecil ya?
Ya,
Bisa baca nggak?
bisa.
Oke, biasanya soalnya lebih pakai laptop. Ya, nanti mungkin besok-besok kalau ada laptop pakai aja laptop. Em, ini soal-soalnya, jadi aku nggak jelasin ke Ritzel, aku cuma tanya dulu, Ritzel, kamu ngerti nggak nih soal lagi ngomongin apa? I mean, first thing first, ini kan bahasa Inggris ya.
Hmm, ngerti.
Oke, misalnya soal pertama ya, ini kan soal yang tadi dia tanya, jadi Kiki udah jawab gitu. Eh, Soal pertama itu kamu ngertinya apa? Apa sih soal pertama itu?
Arti Indonesianya.
Bukan terjemahannya, tapi istilahnya ini soal lagi ngomongin apa sih kira-kira begitu.
Campuran.
Oke, terus apa lagi? Apa lagi yang Richard ngerti?
Itu aja.
Oke, kalau misalnya Ritzel disuruh jawab, bisa nggak jawab?
Enggak.
Oke, kalau gitu yang soal kedua gimana? This is a question, Gaston. Wow. Wow. Typical of, oh, sorry, you gave me the answer key, is it, Gaston?
Yeah,
You want to discuss the answer key, is it?
it's like I don't understand.
Oke. So, Rizal, kamu baca-baca aja. Kalau udah selesai baca atau apa, kamu santai-santai dulu. Kan hari ini cuma ngetes tuh. Aku bakal ngajar Gaston soalnya. Nah,
Oke,
oke.
ya.
Jadi apa namanya? Aku bakal ngajar itu di halaman yang lain. Jadi aku nggak kasih lihat dulu ya. So,
Ya.
Gaston, they tell you a few things lah. They tell you it's a carbonate, right? So you know immediately there's a CO3 2 minus. Just checking, yeah, right?
Yeah,
But he said calcium and barium. So let me check that you immediately think about calcium 2 plus and barium 2 plus.
yeah,
Okay, so the alstonite is no longer a problem because they already tell you what is going on. That's all we need. A carbonate ion, the negative one, and the positive one is calcium and barium. Okay, and then complete the table. Yada. Okay, so they even give you the test. If they give you the test by right, it is supposed to be easier. Let's see whether it's why is it very hard? Okay. To a portion of arsenide in the body. No. So he's adding H plus and Cl minus lah. Right. Now tell me, why the heck are they adding H plus or Cl minus? Is it for the H plus or is it for the Cl minus?
mm,
If you have no idea, please tell me.
Cl minus.
Okay. Now, apa namanya, Ritzel, aku pindah ke soalnya ya, biar kamu lihat sendiri. Kuku lagi jelasin.
Ya.
Keston, don't you realize this is a normal pairing of the test? Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
Correct or not? When you think about Cl minus, now obviously you should think about Cl minus. Obviously, you shouldn't discount the fact. You should think of whether it has some possible, relationship with Ca plus or Ba2 plus. Okay. But you will notice that for calcium 2 plus, the test is also usually not involving Cl minus, correct?
yeah,
Doesn't give you much. Ba also same thing. Ba2 plus, the test is supposed to be sulfate, not Cl minus, correct?
yeah,
So by process of elimination, it's not that you know immediately, but by process of elimination, you're going to ignore the Cl minus. Because you didn't ignore it, you're fixing it without checking with the table in your mind, or in the last page. You become fixated of Cl minus and you fail to consider H plus and CO3 2 minus. We have been talking about that since like the first page, correct? Not?
yeah,
Yet you still forget. Now, this is the principle of tests. Only half is useful. You have to consider which half and consider lah separately. I hope this gives you an idea how to actually think about it. Okay?
yeah,
The answer now makes sense, right? Whatever it is, it will be CO2 lah. Correct or not?
yeah,
Now, part B. Dilute sulfuric acid. Hey, you know what? Same thing. What are you supposed to think about? H plus and SO4 2 minus. Correct or not?
yeah,
Need I check which one is which? I mean, obviously, the carbonate still happen lah, obviously. But, okay, perhaps he wants to aim for something else. What is it?
okay,
Sorry, the sulfate, which is barium sulfate lah. And yes, calcium sulfate are also precipitated. Because in the solubility test, this one is the official, this one official SO4 2 minus test, correct? But this one exists in the solubility table, which is why they demand it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
I will also mention both. I will not just mention barium sulfate because I know that calcium sulfide is also insoluble. So therefore, to be fair, I cannot differentiate between them. Do you understand?
yeah,
I cannot differentiate, is this barium or is this something else? I have to be careful, but they don't pursue the matter further. They should have. They should have. Understand?
mm,
Now, part C. Aqueous sodium hydroxide. You know this is testing of cation, right?
yeah.
But to train your mind, you just think about in terms of Na plus and OH minus. If you're testing cation, which one matter? The Na plus or the OH minus?
Oh,
Come on, you're testing for a positive here.
and always minus.
Correct. The positive doesn't matter. Na plus is chosen specifically because Na plus will not interact with anybody. Correct or not? Solubility table says Na plus will never be soluble. Will never be insoluble, which is exactly why it is chosen. Understand?
Yeah.
So for OH minus, this one should be, this one is just normal earlier. Understand?
Yeah.
Same thing with number 4 lah. Number 4 very standard. The NH4 doesn't matter. The OH is what matter. Blah, blah, blah. You just memorize from the table. Lor. For 6 marks, it's not that bad. Tell me again, what was your problem when you read all this?
Like, how come the C and D don't need explanation?
Which one? The which one? The
C
what?
and D.
C and D, no need explanation. I have no idea. I will explain actually. Here's my explanation. Your table provides, by the way. So I'll explain what's the PPT like. Usually that's what they explain, right? The PPT will be, what is the PPT by the way? The PPT will be what? Come on, it's OH minus with the plus. There is really nothing to guess here. Come on. Nothing to guess. The OH minus will interact with the positive ion. So,
Calcium hydroxide.
yeah, calcium hydroxide. You just write down the formation of calcium hydroxide. They remember they're writing down the ionic equation. They don't really care, right? Which is fine. Ionic equation, so Ca2 plus OH minus times 2 balances CaOH2. Same thing with Pa. Understand? How do you know how to write this? Sometimes table is given, but most of the time this is from the solubility. Most hydroxides are insoluble. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will write down. For 6 marks, I will leave it to no chance. 6 marks is a lot. Okay. As for this one, unfortunately, there isn't much to write lah. So I guess that makes sense because there is no PPT form. I mean, you can just write down that everything is aqueous. The ionic equation will show you exactly nothing. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Because ionic equation shows you nothing, there is nothing to explain because there is nothing that happens, if that makes some sense.
Okay.
You want to say, why doesn't it happen? Where, if you really feel uncertain, should I explain? Well, you can say, according to the cation text, this means it's, this means it is a Ca plus. A Ca plus has no reaction, something like that. Just, but there isn't much to say. Okay. There is, however, no explanation. The explanation why. Because theoretically, this is also CaOH2, correct or not? Theoretically.
Yeah.
How come this one is solid and this one is not? That's the great mystery that they never tell you. They never tell you. Question mark, question mark, question. They never tell you this. It's not discussed until way later. I don't think even year 6 discussed this. So I'm just telling you that this is mysterious, but they don't explain. Okay, I think that's the fairest thing I can comment on the syllabus. They also won't demand you to explain because you cannot explain it at all. Okay, something to do with year 6 stuff. Any questions? Yes? Okay. Right. These are good questions, and I feel that you are asking them to get some understanding. But remember what I say, okay? Positive, negative, positive, negative. Ritzel, bisa dengar Kuku?
Bisa.
Oke. Tadi kan Philip lagi, Kuku Philip lagi jelasin sama muridnya. Tadi dia soalnya nanya sesuatu lah, topiknya itu namanya testing lah buat kimia gitu. Terus kalau nggak salah testing ini kayaknya nggak ada di kurikulum Indonesia, kayaknya. Jadi tadi Kuku Philip jelasin banyak banget karena dia belum ngerti gitu kan. Boleh tanya Ritzel nih, berasa nggak ini sama sekali nggak ada di kurikulum Indonesia?
Iya,
Hmm.
beda.
Jadi di satu sisi murid Singapura perlu tahu ini. Dan kalau misalnya ini bolong, sebenarnya belajarnya nggak susah amat kok. Kuku Philip tahu. Cuma Ritzel kadang-kadang pasti ketemu kok topik seperti ini. Walaupun Ritzel sudah SMA 3 gitu kok. Sekarang kan udah SMA 3. Kadang-kadang
Ya.
ada perbedaan kurikulum aja. Kira-kira begitu. Makanya ada yang kadang-kadang bolong gitu. Jangan stres kalau bolong gitu. Bolongnya sekitar 30% lah. Ada 30% perbedaan antara kurikulum Indonesia sama kurikulum Singapura. Oke?
Oke.
Ya, jangan terlalu stres kalau ketemu ginian, ya belajar aja gitu. Nanti tak jelasin lebih lanjut.
Ya.
Nih. Eh, bisa nggak Ritzel ambil laptop?
Nggak ada laptop.
Maksudnya di rumah nggak ada laptop? Checking dulu.
Iya.
Hmm, boleh ngomong sama mama. Mama ada di sana. Mama.
Iya, iya, Lip.
Ya, Bang. Boleh confirm di rumah nggak ada laptop sama sekali?
Nggak ada.
Nanti kalau jadi apa namanya bantuin ngelesin, nanti tak kirimin satu lah. Karena pasti perlu sih, pasti perlu. Nggak mungkin pakai handphone doang, nggak mungkin. Ya,
Ya, ya, ya.
ya itu jangan dikhawatirin, jangan dikhawatirin. Ya.
Oke, oke.
Okay, Gaston, just to confirm, no new questions, yeah.
No,
Okay. Gaston, do you make your own notes for chemistry?
yeah, but never finish it.
Hmm, Can I see the form of your notes? People have different forms. Is it okay to share with me? How does it look like? Even the
It's
unfinished
just
one.
it's just tables.
But it's a modification or a personal one, not the table that they give you lah. Am I correct?
It's like I just take the difficult to memorize ones.
And then do what with it?
Yeah, just write it bigger.
Can I just see how you write things? If you don't mind. If you don't mind.
Uh,
I don't know, take a picture or
yeah.
something using your phone if possible. Ritzel, apa namanya? Kalau di Singapura akhir tahun itu di Desember, bukan di Juni, agak berbeda ya. Terus mereka itu biasanya ujian akhir itu udah Oktober, jadi November malah udah libur gitu.
Iya.
Nah, murid yang ini dia itu bukan hanya ujian akhir tahun, tapi kayak NEM-nya. NEM. Ini ini mereka bilangnya mereka di SMP 4. Mereka SMP-nya 4 tahun soalnya. SMA-nya 2 gitu. Jadi SMA 4 mereka bakal ujian NEM. Nah, murid ini lagi persiapan buat NEM, jadi topiknya banyak banget. Kita udah sering banget loncat-loncat gitu.
Iya.
Makanya tadi eh, kuku nanya, kamu bikin catatan sendiri nggak gitu. Kalau cewek kan biasanya bikin ya. Kalau cowok kan biasanya kurang agak males lah kira-kira begitu kan. Jadi
Iya.
tanya supaya kalau dia nggak bikin biasanya udah terlalu deket nih tinggal 3 bulan, bener nggak? 3 bulan ke Oktober mereka udah ujian NEM itu penting banget. Jadi biasanya tak tawarin atau tak bantu lah. Nah syukurlah kalau yang ini muridnya setidaknya rajin bahas cepet-cepet walaupun mungkin namanya cowok nggak terlalu bikin note sendiri lah. Nah ini dia lagi ngirim nih ke WhatsApp. Okay, Kristen, thank you. I'll be looking at it. Oh my goodness, you make this using laptops. You prefer to do this compared to write things yourself, am I correct?
No, cause this one for homework, so I did it online. But usually I write down it.
So this is like the first page of your note, like this is starting of the note, something like that.
It's the particle method one.
Yes, that's the particle theory of matter lah, correct.
Yeah.
Physics and chemistry lah, both, right? Both. Right. But it is good lah. It is a good sum. I understand. Right, so far so good. For example, the OChem thingy, the OChem thingy. Remember that I told you to do it on paper, right? Right. What's your plan for the OChem reaction map? Do you plan to redo it on paper? Do you plan to redo it digitally? Do you plan to just not do anything? What's your plan?
I think like I need to write in those kind of like catalysts and the
All the
temperature.
details, yes, correct.
Yeah.
Which I told you, you will learn from your teacher, lah, right? But on paper or digitally? What's your
Paper.
preference? On paper. So we'll be using the old paper, lah. Something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you organized enough to, not lose that paper?
I think I put in like those kind of like books, notebook or something.
Which is to say, you'll be fine, lah. You
Yeah.
will have it when you need it.
Yeah.
So first thing first, you will not lose it. Secondly, you will be able to make it more complete, which is what you're supposed to do. Thirdly, when you need it, you can find it. Are you sure these three things are okay for you?
Yeah.
Because some of my guy students are either very disorganized or very lazy to make notes. I don't think you are that type, but if you are, please at least let me help you. Not 1 month before exam, but right now. Make sense, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But you do seem to be organized, lah. So, okay, good. 10 more minutes. Any more question, Kester? Pixel ini tinggal 10 menit lagi. Nanti habis 10 menit, nanti tak tunjukin beberapa hal lagi deh. Ya, baik.
Yeah.
Hmm. What is this? A colorless solution is believed. Sorry, what are you typing, Kester? Okay, right.
It's like those kind of practical question.
Okay. So, do you notice that this is positive and negative?
Which one?
Do you notice that this is positive ion and negative ion?
Yeah.
Then isn't the answer clear? If you don't complicate things, you will answer in a certain manner. How?
The test.
For nitrate, correct or not? For
Yeah.
nitrate. So nitrate you can test, okay? Blah, 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 blah. If this happened, there's nitrate lah. How do you exactly test for ammonium plus? How exactly do you test for that?
I thought you just put NaOH and you heat
Yep. And then you will expect
ammonia.
ammonia lah, which is in the end part of the nitrate test. In the end, I guess, right? Okay, but just mention it separately. Just make it clear that you consider the negative and then the positive, and then you do that. And then that's a very clear way to answer this question. Make sense? Does it make sense? Please tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. You will notice that this is the trend, right? I've been doing that since the start. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. That is keyway lah. So he talks about decomposition, Keston, right? Okay. Decomposition is, part of the reactivity series 1, correct? There's a very specific definition of decomposition. Do you know what that is?
No.
Decomposition reaction, okay, only start with one thing instead of two. It doesn't have a plus, okay? Arrows with heat. You may say plus heat lah, but heat is not a substance lah. This is decomposition. It starts with one thing, and when you heat it up, it becomes two or more things. Understand? That's decomposition, from one to many. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Of course, certain things do not decompose, meaning one stays one, so it doesn't decompose lah. But that simply emphasizes what decomposition is. From one to many, with the help of heat. Sometimes the heat is very strong. He even says strong. I'll tell you how strong it is. Sometimes 1,500 degrees. Sometimes it's a very strong heat. It's not even your Bunsen burner. Okay, Ken?
Yeah.
Now, this solid, a solid becomes solid. Usually the one that decomposes is solid. Rarely it is aqueous. There's only one thing which is not solid, which is H2O2. Your hydrogen peroxide decomposes into H2O plus O2, lah, correct? And you balance things out. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Most of the time, however, what you're decomposing is a solid, and it usually becomes another solid with gases. Usually, lah. Not all the time, but usually. This is normal. Now, all these things I'm telling you, do you already understand?
Yeah.
Okay, now. Oxygen is released, so one of them is O2, so that means the decomposed guy must have some sort of O2 lah. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Which basically, I think this is all gone already, lo. Correct or not? Yeah. Let me
What
think
does
for
it mean by simple substance?
simpler substance. When you decompose, you're releasing something, right? Because you break yourself up into two things, correct? Or more lah, correct? Doesn't it make sense that this guy is more complex, the starting, and this guy will be simpler lah? Because you know what? Some things are broken from it, decomposed from it. That's just natural. He's not describing a very special decomposition. That's just how decomposition works. Again, let me show you. The most common example they give you is the decomposition of carbonates, right? So for example, MgCO3. When you heat it up without any help, okay, even without oxygen, by the way, there is no oxygen involved here. You will become NGO plus CO2. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, MgO is simpler than MgCO3. Ta-da. Correct or not? Hope that makes sense.
Say again.
One more time.
Yeah.
Decomposition is breaking one thing with extreme heat, usually extreme, right? Into, well, more than one thing. Usually it's a solid. So here's your solid. Usually it remains some sort of other solid with some sort of gas release, right? Don't you agree that magnesium carbonate is more complicated than magnesium oxide?
Yeah.
So simpler, loh. Of course, you're breaking it down. It becomes simpler. Sorry, am I
What?
asking a question or am I misunderstanding it?
Yeah, but when do you know when it stops being able to be like decomposed more?
Oh, right now. That's the complicated part of decomposition. They don't even tell you what the decomposition is, correct or not?
Yeah.
It could have been oxide. It could have been. It could have been Ag2O. And Ag2O can be decomposed into Ag. It can be. But other things cannot. For example, MgO will never decompose. And how do we know? No, we don't. They don't tell you. They don't ask you to memorize also. They keep this as a card, as a way to ask you questions. They keep it in a mystery. Who can or who cannot? Certain things you memorize, most things you don't know. Let me repeat that first. Is that your question?
Yeah.
So the sentence itself is standard. a solid X decompose on strong heating, superstandard, to produce a solid, superstandard, which cannot be made into simpler substance, super solid, superstandard. But you just don't know what. And that is pretty normal if they want to. Pretty normal. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that. Now back to the, but thankfully it's MCQ. So we can figure something out. Now, how can the X be AG? Correct or not? Cannot lah. Make sense or not? How can that be? AG cannot decompose anymore. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
How can it be O2? It's not even solid. Okay. Ag2CO3 makes sense. At least there's some oxygen here. You will expect a release of carbonates lah. You expect a release of carbon dioxide, sorry. But sometimes AgCO, certain carbonates simply becomes Ag plus CO2 plus O2. It is possible. How do you know? You don't. It is not part of syllabus to tell you this detail. Unfortunately. I know this, yeah, because I know. But other metals don't do that. Magnesium carbonate doesn't become magnesium metal, it just becomes magnesium oxide. But silver do that. What's the secret sauce here? What's the syllabus trying to tell you? The less reactive the metal it is, the more complete the decomposition. That is the trend they want you to know. The more reactive the metal is, the less complete the decomposition is. In fact, when it is very reactive and A2CO3, it does not decompose at all. That is the trend they want you to learn. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
This is but you don't know where's the limit in general. You don't know. Only in carbonates, they tell you the upper limit. The upper limit is Na2CO3 doesn't decompose, which is to say metal one carbonates doesn't decompose. Yeah, I mean, that's a very small piece of information. You're not supposed to know this. You're supposed to logic it. I mean, logically, AgCl2 doesn't even qualify lah. Where's the oxygen? Correct or not?
Yeah.
So the question is mysterious, but it is made easy by the very simple answers. You just have to eliminate. Okay. Hope that answers. These are all very good questions. Will this be okay?
Yeah.
Normally I ask you to put in all this in your notes. How do you handle this new information, Gaston? Just put it in your mind.
Yeah.
I guess for you, I believe you lah. Do you have any troubles with AMAT right now?
No.
Do you have any troubles with physics?
Sometimes.
Please ask, okay?
Okay.
Are you already quite certain about your final goal for O-level lah, for each
No.
subject? Is it too fast to ask you next week?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Is it too fast to discuss?
Can
Next week lah. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Good job for today. I'll see you next week. Bye. Fang sama Risa?
Ya.
Ya, barusan selesai nih. Ya, di hari ini gitu deh, dia bahas kimia gitu. Mungkin kita, sorry, aku pasang videonya dulu ya. Jadi, aku stop sharing dulu. Nanti kalau perlu lagi, lihat lagi. Oke. Kalau koneksinya agak pelan, nggak usah pakai video dari sana ya. Kadang-kadang kan koneksinya susah ya kalau pakai video ya.
Ya.
Biasanya kalau ngeles juga kita nggak perlu video sama sekali di sini. Kita ya yang penting kan lihat kerjaannya. Tadi itu pakai Jamboard. Kuku agak lupa. Kamu tahu nggak Jamboard itu apa?
Enggak.
Oke. Kalau Jamboard sih gampang ya. Nanti diajarin aja. Itu Jamboard itu pokoknya cara kuku itu kayak nulis sesuatu dia bisa lihat muridnya. Terus
Oke.
muridnya bisa naruh soalnya di Jamboard karena kan kita lesnya online ini. Kita nggak di tempat yang sama. Contohnya sekarang aku di Batam, murid-murid semua di Singapura karena anak kuku kan masih kecil, lagi di Batam lah sama kakek neneknya. Jadi lesnya online aja, selalu online. Gitu. Jadi
Ya,
pakai Jamboard gitu. Nah, bagusnya kan berarti Ritzel kalau mau bantu bisa bantu. Kira-kira begitu.
ya.
Nah, coba mungkin Rizal dulu atau Fang ada pertanyaan dulu dari apa yang dilihat tadi.
Belum ada loh, Lip.
Oke.
Ditinggal-tinggal tadi.
Nggak apa-apa, kan udah tak bilang, udah santai dulu kan, nggak ngapa-ngapain, lihat-lihat aja lah, kira-kira gitu. Hmm, mungkin tak jelasin beberapa hal dulu ya, mungkin sama Rizal ya. Jadi apa? Ada ada mungkin ada 3 hal nih, kita harus bedain dulu baik-baik. Pertama ada soal bantu kuku ngajar. Gimana caranya nanti tak jelasin lebih detail lagi lah ya. Tapi itu hal pertama gitu. Ada hal kedua adalah soal pelajarannya Rizal sendiri. Kan udah SMA 3 nih kan, bentar lagi kan udah mau ujian akhir dan UMPTN segala gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya Ritzel itu lagi mengamati sambil di rumah sambil mengamati kan biar terbiasa nih sama soal-soalnya Singapura. Mungkin sekali 2 kali Ritzel bisa tanya pelajarannya Ritzel. Mungkin ada PR apa yang nggak bisa. Mungkin 1 atau 2 pertanyaan. Kenapa? Karena Kuku juga pengen tahu apa namanya Ritzel punya pelajaran lagi ngomongin apa sama konsep retail sekuat apa. Jadi tanya 1 atau 2 pertanyaan dari PR retail itu bagus juga. Jadi sambil Kuku juga update-update lah soal kurikulum Indonesia. Siapa tahu ada yang lupa gitu.
Oke.
Itu hal kedua. Jadi hal pertama itu soal bantu, hal kedua itu soal pelajaran retail sendiri. Eh, Kenapa itu penting juga? Karena Eh, kan ada apa namanya murid-murid kuku yang udah lulus juga bantu kan itu normal itu biasa kadang-kadang kuku minta tolong dong gitu kayaknya perlu bantuan nih. Nah biasanya kuku cek dulu mereka pelajarannya oke nggak. Kalau pelajaran mereka oke baru istilahnya bisa bantu. Kalau pelajaran mereka nggak oke kan eh, nggak bisa fokus nanti bantu sama murid-murid lain lah kira-kira
Ya.
kedua. Oke. Terus hal yang ketiga itu soal apa namanya soal kuliah di Singapura. Ini hal yang berbeda sama itu. Kamu itu kebanyakan kan ngobrolnya sama Fang ya, sama Mama.
Iya.
Tuh. Sebenarnya Ritzel Ritzel apa namanya gimana ngomongnya? Bentar ya, gimana ngomongnya? Ritzel sama Fang Fang kan masih mikir soal kuliah di Singapura, betul ya?
Iya.
Nah, jadi untuk waktu itu aku jelasin sama Mama begini Ritzel, Em, gimana ngomongnya? Bantu les kuku ini eh, nggak ada hubungannya sama kuliah di Singapura. Maksudnya apa? Maksudnya bagus. Maksudnya begini, kalaupun Ritzel nggak kuliah di Singapura, sebenarnya Kuku juga memang lagi cari yang bantu karena kadang-kadang murid tuh banyak, memang pengen gitu loh. Itu maksudnya pertama nggak ada hubungannya. Kalau memang pengen bantu, bisa bantu dan bisa profesional bantunya, Kuku mau gitu nggak ada hubungannya sama kuliah di Singapura gitu. Eh,
Ya.
Hal lain contohnya begini kalaupun misalnya bantunya sukses banget gitu gue kan seneng nambah dong muridnya mau dong oke kayaknya kamu bisa nih yuk bantuin lagi nih murid ini. Itu juga nggak menjamin atau nggak membantu kuliah ke Singapura cuma bantunya ada dikit-dikit lah maksudnya apa karena kan memaksa memaksa Ritzel terbiasa sama kurikulum Singapura.
Ya.
Kalau kuliah ke Singapura, mungkin waktu Mama jelasin harus menempuh ujian nasionalnya Singapura. Kira-kira begitu. Nah, ternyata ada perbedaan kan? ternyata ada perbedaan sedikit lah, sekitar 30% atau 20% sama apa namanya kurikulumnya di Indonesia. Nah, mau nggak mau itu kan harus dikejar. Jadi memang kalau pas ngelesin itu mau nggak mau Rizal terekspos. Oh, aku nggak tahu yang ini. Kalau memang ada pikiranku kuliah, ya bagus juga ya dipelajarin gitu ya. Tapi kalaupun nggak kuliah, kalau cuma pengen bantu, ya tetap dipelajari dong. Gitu. Cuma bonusnya ya mungkin membantu aja lah soal soal nanti kalau memang jadi mau ambil ujian nasional, ya kira-kira begitu ya.
Iya.
Tuh. Jadi hubungannya paling seperti itu aja, nggak menjamin apa-apa. Memang memang pada dasarnya kuku pengen aja dapet asisten yang bagus kalau bisa, kira-kira begitu.
Iya.
Gitu. Apa lagi ya? Em, ada satu hal yang kuku masih agak bingung nih. Ini tanya Ritzel, matanya Fang Fang. Eh, kan jadwal sekolah sama lesnya jujurnya cukup padat ya. Jadwal les sama apa namanya itunya Ritzel gitu loh. Setiap hari kan ada gitu loh.
Iya.
Apa apa benar masih bisa kasih waktu, masih ada waktu luang atau tenaga lebih gitu untuk istilahnya untuk bantu ngelesin lah kira-kira begitu. Masih ada latihan-latihannya segala gitu kan. Masih harus ngelatih dulu apa segala macam. Nggak instan juga gitu. Apakah bisa benar?
Malam.
Hmm, berarti yang kayaknya yang Ritzel bisa itu biasanya slotnya cuma ada jam 5 sampai 6.30. Kayaknya itu nggak mungkin kan? Itu bentrok gitu.
Iya.
Sama
Bentrok.
6.30 sampai 8. Itu yang paling malam sekarang slotnya. 6.30 sampai 8 gitu. Kayak slot yang sekarang inilah, cuma mulainya 6.30 sampai 8 kira-kira begitu.
Iya.
Mm-mm. Iya, iya benar, masih bisa ada waktu dan tenaga gitu kira-kira.
Ada.
Oke. Jadi untuk mungkin mungkin minggu ini aja, mumpung kan masih baru mulai sekolah, mungkin masih agak santai ya, benar ya? Sekolahnya masih masih baru mulai soalnya kan ya, santai.
Iya.
Kalau gitu ya coba diamati dulu deh setiap hari. Cobain aja dari 6.30 sampai 8 diamati, bakal ketemu muridnya agak berbeda-beda. Hari ini
Oke.
punya murid itu yang berat-berat punya. Kenapa? Karena mereka itu sudah SMP 4, sudah ujian akhir sebentar lagi. Pembahasannya pembahasannya kuku juga sudah yang mendalam. Kalau nggak mendalam, ya bermasalah lah. Wong 3 bulan lagi kok. Waktu mereka nggak banyak lagi. Cuma
Iya.
di di apa namanya di hari-hari yang lain bisa kelihatan murid yang mungkin mungkin bukan bukan tahun terakhir jadi lebih santai atau masih mulai dari dasar gitu. Jadi beda-beda. Mungkin mungkin murid-murid seperti itu nanti yang mungkin lebih cocok sama Ritzel kita nggak tahu. Kan nggak bantunya di semua murid dulu. Mungkin kita pilih dulu di mana harus bantuin atau gimana. Masuk akal ya. Jadi makanya untuk minggu ini aja, Kuku minta Ritzel itu ngamatin dulu lah setiap hari 6.30 sampai 8 biar kelihatan perbedaan muridnya seperti apa segala macam.
Iya.
Oke. Jadi nanti apa namanya Kuku WhatsApp Ritzel cuma minta tolong pasang jamboardnya yang Kuku pakai supaya besok bisa ngikutin dengan lebih baik. Langsung di jamboardnya lebih baik lah. Gitu ya
Iya.
kira-kira. Oke. Oke, ya kalau dari kuku gitu aja, nggak makan banyak waktu. Ada yang perlu diklarifikasi lagi nggak?
Enggak.
Oke, kalau begitu kita coba dulu untuk seminggu ini sampai Kamis aja. Jumat sama Sabtu kan nggak ada. Gitu.
Oke.
Fang Fang boleh tanya, besok Rachel ikut nggak?
Bisa aja sih.
Kalau Rachel ikut, yang jam 6, jam 5 ya. Karena yang itu yang SMP satunya. Kalau nggak salah, Rachel itu SMP berapa? SMP 2 sekarang ya.
Besok sih sampai jam berapa ya?
Sorry gimana?
11 kan. Oh, 4.30 baru selesai les Inggris loh.
Oke, oke, oke. Ya, kalau
Sampai rumah lebih jam 5 pasti.
nggak apa-apa, kan ngamatin aja, ngamatin.
Oh ya, oke
Cuma
oke.
memang yang SMP 1 cuma yang jam 5 soalnya. Gitu.
Oke oke.
Jadi mungkin cuma ngamatinnya sekali-kali pengen tahu juga kan. Rasel itu SMP 2 ya sekarang. Sorry.
Iya.
SMP 2. Ya, berarti cocoknya cuma ke SMP 1 lah, kira-kira begitu kan. Gitu.
Mm-mm.
Nah, kalau yang SMP 1 pun rasanya read cell jamnya nggak cocok kan, nggak bisa ngamatin. Kalau yang 7.30
Iya.
biasanya nggak ada sih SMP 1. Jadi ya yang lebih tinggi aja nggak apa-apa. Gitu. Ya kalau mau ngamatin buat Rasel besok jam 5 atau lebih nggak apa-apa. Untuk read cell berarti jam 6.30 deh.
Oke.
Oke. Ya wis. Terima kasih ya. Kalau
Yuk,
gitu
sama
selamat malam
kembali.
dulu sampai besok ya. Yuk, dah.
Iya.